And we are indeed back again. Second night of a back-to-back after the Knicks had an overtime disappointment last night against the Indiana Pacers. Now taking on a feisty Philadelphia 76ers team here today. Yes, they are down a couple of guys. They are injured. We will run down through it as always, but Knicks are definitely playing on their back leg. They are in Philadelphia here today, so a lot to overcome. Let's go ahead and start the show. Yep. We are back like we never left. We are here again, as always. We were here yesterday. We're here today. We're probably going to be here tomorrow. We're not going anywhere. Psych. Yes, we are, because the NBA All-Star break is on their way. So we won't have any games to actually cover. Maybe we'll go live and talk about some of the All-Star things. Maybe we got a video coming up soon. Who knows what will go on during this weekend. But here tonight, the New York Knicks are back in action. Their final game before the All-Star break commences, and they will be taking on rival Philadelphia here tonight after taking on rival Indiana yesterday. Cool, great, thank you, schedule. Now, to be fair, the Knicks should have won their game yesterday, right? The tanking Indiana Pacers came into New York and they said, you know what? If there's any game this season we want to go all out and win, tonight in the Garden. And salute to them. The Knicks thought like, oh, Indiana's going to come in. They don't want to win. They want to make sure they hold on to their draft pick. Cool, sure, whatever. Let's go ahead, let's slide in here, and we'll run them off the court. And you know what? They put up a bunch of points. The offense was a humming for a majority of the night until the fourth quarter came and JB tried to put the cape on, but the cape just didn't fit as snug as it usually does last night. Either way, the Knicks come up short in an overtime loss and then have to quickly get on the road, get down to Philadelphia here today. Now taking on the 76ers. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they just slept in their own homes and then made the trip this morning. Who knows? Because Philly is right there. Either way, the New York Knicks are on their back legs here tonight against 76ers. Now, the 76ers are missing some players. We'll get to them. Main one is Joel Embiid has been ruled out. Another guy is Quentin Grimes has been ruled out. We know Paul George is serving his suspension currently, so that's three very important players for the 76ers to be without tonight. Kind of matches the New York Knicks, who are still without OG Anunoby, who are obviously still without Deuce McBride, but they do get the one-man rebounding machine, Mitchell Robinson, back in the building here today. Hopefully Mitch has a nice, impactful game, because honestly, we could use all the help we can get. I've maintained all year that the Knicks are not a deep enough team to overcome key role players being out, or let alone maybe even a star. Like OG Anunoby, I consider him maybe a star in his role, but either way, a star nonetheless. So, the New York Knicks still without him here tonight. They maintain maybe a nice one or two nice victories without Anunoby, but guess what? It's really difficult to maintain without him. Right? The Knicks are not deep enough. They don't have anybody to step into the role that OG does. Maybe Mo Diawara in the future, but as of right now, as a rookie, still super inconsistent. So it is what it is. The Knicks have to find a way to win anyway. Because even without your guys, great teams find ways to win. And the Knicks could not find a way to win last night. And now, Chaos Kid said Indiana got our number. Possibly, for sure, brother. I mean, you can't even deny it at this point. For now, the New York Knicks, their main goal, obviously, focus needs to shift. You have one game here before the All-Star break. Take care of business. Philly will be without Embiid. They will be without Grimes. They're already without Paul George. Take care of business. Get the victory no matter what. Go all out here tonight to make sure you get this victory. This is the last game before you get a week off. So everybody should be. It doesn't matter how tired you are. Fight through the tiredness. Get the victory today. Don't send Knicks Nation in a tizzy going into the All-Star break knowing that we lost 2 in a row, losing 3 of our last 4 games, going into the All-Star break, very disappointed, and now possibly fighting to stay within the top 4 of the seeding. So just win today, put a kibosh on everything, and then all will be right in Knicks Nation going into the last third of the season. I keep wanting to say second half, but last third of the season. So we're going to start where we always start, with the captain, Jalen Brunson, as always. But before we do, shout out to everybody in the chat. Isaiah Gardner, appreciate you, brother. David Oz Jr., Chaos Kid, Ram Jam, what's up, Ram Jam? Bruce Fowler, of course, what's up, Bruce? Naughty Ghost. CJ, what's up, CJ? Lionel Monis, President Goomba, my guy Joey DeLuca, of course, CEO King. Appreciate you, brother. My guy Reddy, what's up, Mark? Did I say David Oz Jr. already? What's up, David? Who else we got? Jason, Ernest Cash, Daniel Berry Sports, Donald Moore Music, Rafael Torres, Daniel Berry. I said Daniel Berry Sports already, but I'll say it again. Appreciate you, brother. We are back, as always. As always. Isaiah Gardner said saying he needs to be a pure PG. I still don't understand how people are blaming Brunson on his Mikal Bridges play, saying he needs to be a pure PG. Jalen Brunson has put the cape on multitude of times. I'll live and die with him taking contested pull-up shots. Should they run more often? Should he have passed the ball maybe a couple times during that stretch? Sure, we can quibble with that. But guess what? More times than not, he has come through for the Knicks. So, yeah, he could have played. Let's talk about it, because he's the guy we start with, as always, every single night, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, probably, I love somebody, I wish I could remember exactly who said it, but somebody in the chat last night said, is this Jalen Brunson's worst 40-point game as a Knick? I think it was. We looked at the box score at the end of the night. Sean of a Gun, what's up, Sean? Miss Mar, what's up, Miss Mar? We looked at the box score the other night. It was like, oh, hey, look, Jalen Brunson ended up with 40 points and 8 assists. Yeah, the numbers looked awesome for Jalen Brunson, but down the stretch, he just could not make the requisite amount of plays in order to pull that victory off. It is what it is. He tried to put the cape on. Like I said, cape didn't fit as snugly as it usually does. I'm not going to kill him for it. Yeah, maybe he could have passed the ball a time or two. Maybe didn't have to force it as hard as he did down the stretch there. He gets into these, like, macho phases where it's like, oh, Neesmith and Nembhard think they can guard me? Watch this. Guess what? The last time they played Indiana in Indiana, that type of mentality from Jalen Brunson, Ricardo Brothway, what's up, Ricardo? That kind of mentality from Jalen Brunson is what ultimately ended up winning them the game. I know a lot of people were like, well, Tyler Kolek also pulled them back into that game. Well, Jalen Brunson iced it with a pull-up three on the right wing. Here last night, Jalen Brunson just couldn't knock down that pull-up three, missed a couple of mid-range jumpers, and got blocked on a layup attempt by Neesmith. The shots didn't just go down for a multitude of times throughout Jalen Brunson's Knicks career. The shots have gone down. Not going to kill him for it. Could he have played better? Of course he could have played better. Maybe should he have passed the ball a time or two during that stretch? Possibly. I'm with y'all, for sure. But I'm not going to kill him for the hero ball, right? I'm not going to kill him for it. We can criticize him for it. Probably should have passed the ball a time or two. I'm with y'all. But I'm not going to kill him for it overall. Bruce Fowler, appreciate you, brother. Said, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to stay positive. The cafe is closed. Appreciate you, Bruce. A very generous super chat, brother. Thank you for that. Yeah, I agree with you completely, though, Bruce. I'm not going to complain about it. We can criticize it for sure. It definitely is deserving of criticism the way he played. But, like I said, it worked the last time in Indiana, and guess what we all did? We all celebrated. Captain Clutch, he put the cape on. That's Jalen Brunson, MVP, superstar player. And then last night, the shots didn't go down, and then we're like, how could he not pass the ball? And it's like, I don't know, man. Because usually he knocks those shots down. It kind of is what it is. Again, the process could have been better for sure. Maybe we pass the ball around and the ball still ends up in Jalen Brunson's hand, and then he could isolate. But still, I'm not gonna kill the guy for maybe not the greatest process down the end. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again, and they have better process, or he knocks down the shots, or whatever the case may be. Ultimately, the Knicks lost the game. I'm not freaking out over a lost game. Gigi, what's up, Gigi? Said, not cutting Melo 2.0 any slack. He needs to stop hating on other players when they're shining and act like a real PG. Who was shining? Right? You're acting like Towns had 40 and Brunson had 20. Brunson had ended the night with 40. Possibly his worst 40-point game of his career. Again, could have passed the ball a time or two, for sure. But like I said, you had nothing to say after he knocked down the exact same shots he got the last time they played Indiana in Indiana. Right? We had nothing negative to say about those because it worked out. Sometimes being upset about the result is not as a fruitful discussion as being upset about the process, because for sure the process could have been better. Well, let's criticize the process and not necessarily the result. Trapped in the 90s was the trapped in the 90s. Michael Rogers. Chi-Chi said New York City sports talk shows weren't holding back on him. I hope he was listening. I can promise you this, Chi-Chi, he has no idea who any of those people are. Not a single one of them are even on Jalen Brunson's radar. I can tell you that. There's a reason why you have never heard Jalen Brunson on any one of those talk shows that you listen to, which, by the way, you should probably stop listening to. Isaiah Gardner. What's up, Isaiah Gardner? Bruce Fowler said, we lack a floor general. Let Brunson be our bullet. But we need a new gun to run the offense. Feed the Brunson burner and everyone else. Brunson does a perfectly fine of running the offense. Does a perfectly fine job of running the offense. Perfectly fine job. And the night with 40 and 8 on a night where, yeah, he took too many shots, still ended up with 8 assists. He does a perfectly fine job of running the offense. He gets into these modes sometimes where he tries to put on the cape. More times than not, cape fits perfectly, and the Knicks pull off the victory. Last night was not the case. There is no kind of grand conclusion I'm going to come from for the Knicks losing a random February game to the Indiana Pacers. Because, oh, by the way, the Pacers treated that game incredibly importantly. It was an incredibly important game to the Indiana Pacers to show up and pull off that victory. None more obvious than the fact that they are sitting pretty much their entire starting lineup against the Brooklyn Nets tonight. They wanted to win that game. They played that game as if it was a playoff game. The Knicks did not. The Knicks thought they were going to come in, run this team off the court, and instead they ended up in a dogfight against the Pacers, as it usually happens. Came down to the wire, and the Knicks couldn't ding themselves out of the defensive hole that they put themselves in. Regular season outcome, like the Detroit Pistons losing to the Washington Wizards. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes, unfortunately, it happens. But I'll tell you what, if they lose this game tonight, I won't push back on any of the negativity because they'll be losers of 3 of their last 4 going into the All-Star break, and it'll just feel like, damn, that 8-game winning streak just kind of down the drain a little bit, right? CJ said, do you think the game can be close today? I think the game will be very close. I do. CJ said, 76ers can win today without Joel Embiid. They can. Jason said, folks acts like dude is into top 15 in assists in the league while also dealing with a bunch of inconsistency of offense around him. I don't know if he's top 15 in assists. I could look it up, but I'll take your word for it, Jason. But because he is only averaging 6 assists this year, where in previous seasons he was averaging over 7. Death Smile, what's up, Death Smile? The only loss because they knew I had money on them, maybe. But in terms of like the inconsistency around him, like, you know, part of the reason why the assists are down is because OG Anunoby was in a huge slump. Karl Anthony Towns suddenly has forgotten how to shoot 3-point shots. And they've had a ton of inconsistency off the bench this year. They're playing a rookie in the rotation right now. It's a lot of inconsistency flying around for this team. They've had Clarkson in the lineup, then they had Kolek in the lineup, then they had McCullough in the lineup, then they had Diawara in the lineup, then he was out of the lineup, now he's back in the lineup, now they made a trade for Alvarado, now it's learning playing with him. McBride was out, then he was in, now he's back out with the injury, so a lot not working out for them. But again, you got to find ways to overcome, but I maintain, I've literally said this all year long, the Knicks are not a deep enough team to sustain injuries to multiple players, especially key players. With OG Anunoby out, okay, yeah, they could win a game or two without him, but once we start getting into 5-6 games straight missed, you start looking at it and it's like, I don't know if they can keep this going without OG, right? Too important to what they do. Really difficult, especially considering that they don't have anybody who can even replicate some of the things that he does. Maybe Mikal a little bit, maybe Josh Hart a little bit, maybe Mo Diawara a little bit, maybe all combined they can try to get to that point, but they are not consistently capable of reaching the levels that OG Anunoby is capable of reaching, which is why he is a one-of-one player, right? Isaiah Garner said that's why he doesn't have a lot of assists. I mean, he'd have more assists if, you know, Anunoby could knock down some of the open ones. Sham has also been a bit inconsistent. There were so many open threes that Sham had that could have put the game away last night against the Pacers that he just missed. He had that pull-up 3 in transition. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's not your night, and we don't have to make grand sweeping generalizations about this team or any of the players on it because they lost a random February game against the Indiana Pacers, right? The loss sucks, but hopefully they get back on track here tonight. They kind of need to. Dead Smile said, you're right, let's see what happens tonight, but no excuses if they lose. Yeah, I won't be able to. I won't be able to push back on any negativity that you guys may throw my way if they lose to the 76ers tonight. They'll be losers of 2 in a row going into the All-Star break and 3 of their last 4. And I could point to, hey, no OG Anunoby, that sucks, because I've been very consistent with that fact. I've stated it multiple times, especially with all the injuries that they've had. Drolano, what's up, Drolano? Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? But overall, it's been very difficult for the Knicks to overcome missing players, and they've missed players pretty much all season. Very few games this year they've been able to have access to all of their rotation players. Like most teams go through that. The Knicks have not been one of the lucky few teams who've actually had a healthy stretch so far this year. Now Deuce McBride will be out likely until the very end of the regular season, hopefully come back for a couple of regular season games, but they will not have access to their full rotation. Deuce McBride and Jose Alvarado will have almost no chemistry going into the playoffs, going into when games matter the most, right? Amy, what's up, Amy? If the cafe opens later, maybe we can voice our grand sweeping generalizations there. I mean, you could voice them. I just will heavily disagree with it. Gadro, what's up, Gadro? Can't let Maxey kill us, and Maxey will probably kill us. Paul Dog NYC, what's up, Paul? Dre, what's up, Dre? I'm going to be interested to see what kind of impact a guy like Jose Alvarado will have against Tyrese Maxey when he comes in and matches up with him. But let's run through it. Let's continue to run through it. We got Karl Anthony Towns. I thought should have been fed the ball more. We want to criticize Brunson for not getting the ball to Towns. To me, there's always 3 people you criticize most when a player has a matchup advantage and doesn't get the ball in that matchup advantage. Shottage, what's up, Shottage? If the Knicks get a new GM, they're not getting a new GM. Jalen Brunson gone, holding the Knicks back. The game is all about him. Karl Anthony should be first option as the ball crosses half court, no joke. Well, if he shot better than 36% from three-point range and 46% better from the field as a 7-footer, they would definitely be feeding him the ball more shottage, but he's kind of given them absolutely no confidence to make him the number one option this year. So unless you've been watching a different guy play this year, I don't know what kind of data you're pulling from, unless it's just the eye test, in which case you might need to get some glasses, brother. But Judge Dad said, if we lose, I will bet you that you have to cover and stream the dunk contest, three-point contest. You booked this casual fan, so make your side. I have to put up something. Oh, man, that sounds like a nightmare, having to cover the dunk contest. Eesh. Eesh. Having to cover the dunk contest is crazy. But Karl Anthony Towns, there's three guys you blame when a guy has a matchup advantage and he doesn't get featured enough, right? You blame the player themselves, Karl Anthony Towns. Go to your teammates, go to your coaching staff and be like, give me the goddamn ball. I have the advantage. Get out of my way. Give me the ball where I want it. Give me the ball in the post or top of the key or the wing or wherever you want it and get out of my way. Screw the offense tonight. Give me the ball. Karl Anthony Towns gets some blame. The coaching staff gets some blame for not recognizing that and going to everybody and being like, screw the offense right now. We're feeding the big man. Towns, be ready. We're giving you the ball. 5 straight possessions, getting the ball. Tell me where you want it. That's where you're getting it. So Towns gets blamed. Coaching staff gets blamed. And then the leader of the team, the point guard, Jalen Brunson, gets blamed for also not recognizing it and going to Towns and going to the coaching staff and saying, hey, right? As a leader on this team, I'm telling everybody right now, screw the offense. We're going to feed the big man for the next 5 straight possessions and see how that goes, right? Micah Potter's guarding you. Guess what? Micah Potter can't guard Karl Anthony Towns. Now, again, if maybe Towns was having a better offensive season, they absolutely would have gone to that, no hesitation. But the fact that he can't buy a basket this year, the fact that he leads the league in offensive fouls, the fact that he is setting an insane record for most offensive fouls in a season is insane. He has 20 more, I believe the stat I saw, he has almost 20 more offensive fouls than the player who's in second. And he has by far already, and we're not even at the All-Star break yet. This is our last game before the All-Star break. Already, he has about 15 more offensive fouls this season than he has had in any other season in his career. And it's been creeping up as his career has gone on in terms of how many offensive fouls he had, right? So when somebody wants to tell me Karl Anthony Towns should be the number one option, I don't know where you're watching. Maybe you're playing too much 2K, but clearly no data point, not the counting stats, not the advanced analytics, not the eye test, tells you that that should work at all this season. Not one bit of it. Amy Machu said, Cat can only score free throws to send him into an uncompetitive overtime that no one wants to watch. I mean, I wanted to watch it. It was an incredibly fun game, Amy. It was also an incredible play from Karl Anthony Towns to force overtime. I think Karl Anthony Towns, for the most part, has played absolutely fantastic. He is very clearly accepting his role. His stats have fallen below 20 points per game for the first time since his rookie season. He is very much more accustomed to scoring more points. Now, he would score more points if he could knock down shots consistently, but he is very much accepting his role. He is dominating the boards. He is playing as a hub. He's moving the ball around. He's garnering a ton of attention and keeping the offense moving as he has become the hub of it, right? Mark said, might be the most ludicrous chat of the year so far. The only thing you could say is that maybe they should feed Karl Anthony Towns in the post more often. Sure. Yeah, I agree with that. But make him the number one guy in the offense? I don't know what you've watched throughout Karl Anthony Towns' entire career that would make you think that. He was literally the number one guy before they drafted Anthony Edwards. And you know what happened? They were so bad they got the number one pick to draft Anthony Edwards. All right, let's keep it moving. No OG Anunoby tonight. He'll probably be back, right after the All-Star break. No need to play him tonight when he's recovering from whatever the weird toe thing. So he'll be back after the All-Star break. Give him as much rest as possible so he can come back for it. It sucks, but again, April, May, and June over February has definitely been the mentality all year, from almost every team in the NBA, especially all the competitive teams. All the teams who think they have a chance of winning a championship, right? If you have a hangnail, go rest. Because the only thing that matters in a season where last year there were so many injuries as well, and then players breaking down in the playoffs is like, okay, you're not feeling 100%, you need to rest. There have been a multitude of players who have come out. LeBron, Kevin Durant, even Steph Curry came out to say a lot. Some of the retired guys have also said it, like Blake Griffin has said this before, where it's like, hey man, the league is incredible. This is the hardest it's ever been to play basketball in the NBA. Season's long, game is significantly more physical, and the pace and the quickness of it, there's so many more actions. The offenses are a lot more complex than they used to be. There's so much more movement and screen setting and physicality, trying to run through a million screens on every single given play, trying to make 4 or 5 extra rotations on every single play, every single kick out has been insane for NBA defenses to try to keep up with for an 82-game regular season, which is why you're seeing so many soft tissue injuries, which is why you're seeing Achilles tears for players in their primes or reaching their primes rather than older players. It used to be an old player injury. And so if you are not feeling 100%, if maybe you got a little calf strain, it's no longer a week or 2. Now it's 4 weeks, right? You got a hamstring pull. Now it's 4 weeks. Now you're at least a month. So OG Anunoby, again, that toenail thing, we'll see you after the All-Star break, brother. See you in Detroit. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? Chi said, but people talk about Brunson like he did something special. Dude is nowhere near a catch trajectory. All right, brother. I'm gonna assume you're trolling in the chat, brother. Isaiah Garner, appreciate you. Mark, the young generation only interested in highlights. Even my own son isn't checking in unless it's a close game with a few minutes to go in the fourth. Here's the thing, Mark. The commissioner of the NBA has literally came out before the season started. I don't know if you saw this quote or not. Literally before the season started. He did an interview with reporters, and one of the reporters asked him about, with the new TV deal that the NBA signed, what's his opinion on making it more difficult for NBA fans to watch games with all these different options, and now you have to get this streaming platform and that streaming platform and that streaming platform. And Adam Silver literally said, we are a highlight league. You don't need to watch the game. You can keep up with the league through highlights on places like YouTube and Twitter. Literally words out of the commissioner of the league's mouth. He does not care about you watching full games. He does not care about the NBA. I think Adam Silver has been the worst thing to ever happen to the NBA. I think he has absolutely torpedoed the popularity of the league. We could talk all we want about how bad David Stern won, is how mean he was, and how he ruled with an iron fist and all these things. Guess what? I think he truly cared about basketball. I think he truly cared about growing the game. It was absolutely phenomenal in terms of its growth and how quickly it grew. He literally grew it to the second largest sport in America. And now, guess what? The NBA is on a downturn where people are not tuning in. The commissioner literally does not care if you watch NBA basketball games. It does not matter to him. And nothing is a greater sign to that point than the NBA putting out a statement about how they've invited 200 influencers during All-Star break for a big blowout where he wants every single one of these influencers that he invited to the All-Star break to post constantly. So it floods all these, that matters. How about we make the weekend good so it becomes a talking point and you don't have to invite 200 influencers to get people interested in All-Star weekend? How about you make the weekend fun again? How about you make the All-Star game competitive? How about scrap all of this nonsense? USA versus the world, there's 3 teams, apparently. I don't even know how it works. I cover the NBA every single night. We're here every single night, guys, right? I watch so much basketball during the season so far. And let me tell you, I don't know how the All-Star game works this year. Apparently, there's 3 teams. They're doing, the world versus USA, but there's 3 teams. So the USA is split into 2 teams, and there's then there's a world team. And then with injury replacements, it couldn't just be no, Mark, I don't, because I just learned about this morning. Because Brandon Ingram was named an All-Star, and then there was a big fuss about why was Brandon Ingram named an All-Star? Because there's definitely other players who have had better seasons than Brandon Ingram. And it was like, well, he needed to be a representative from the East, but it also needed to be an American-born player because the guy who dropped out, was out with injury, who can't be in the All-Star game, was an American-born player, so he's a part of one of the American teams, so it couldn't be a foreign-born player. It had to be an American-born player, and the next guy on the list happened to be Brandon Ingram for the league. It made no sense as to how they ended up with that pick. So if, Giannis obviously, is an all-star, but he's not going to play because of the injury. But Mark said, no, I'm saying you cover the NBA daily. True, yes. We're here 6 days a week, oftentimes for multiple games. And even when I'm not covering the game, guess what I'm doing when I log off? I put the late games on, and then if I fall asleep to it, I fall asleep to it, whatever. But I'm constantly keeping up with what's going on in the NBA. And then even the next morning, I'm listening to podcasts, national podcasts, local team podcasts. I'll listen to Philly podcasts. I'll listen to Pacers podcasts because I need to know what's going on with those teams if I'm trying to cover them, right? It is insane. And yet, the NBA commissioner is like, you don't even got to watch our games, though. You just watch the highlights. What? When I heard that, I was like, oh, I'm done with Adam Silver. There is no defending this man. This man does not care about basketball to the degree that a commissioner of a sport needs to care about basketball. It is insane. When I heard that, I was out. And everything he has done since then makes complete sense. The lack of a ruling on whatever's going on with Kawhi Leonard. He's trying to sweep that under the rug. Doesn't want to make a ruling on it. Doesn't want to doesn't want to kick Kawhi Leonard out of the league. Doesn't want to punish the Clippers. Doesn't want to do anything. All the rampant tanking going on around the league is literally as bad as it's ever been. Tanking has been going on for 40 years now. You're telling me that you're either dumb or incompetent for the front office of the league to not understand how you can fix this. It's not that difficult. How about you just call the Jazz and be like, we're going to investigate you. And if we find out, which it's very obvious that they have clearly been tanking, but if we find out you're tanking, we're just going to take your pick away. You don't have your first-round pick anymore. Or how about this? Give them the pick, but say, I'm going to make your pick number 14 automatically. That's your punishment. You get the 14th pick. There's your tanking punishment. You get the 14th pick. I'm taking you out of the lottery. You get the 14th pick. No ifs, ands, or buts. And guess what? That's a harsh punishment. That's an extremely harsh punishment. But don't mess around with the integrity of my league. How about you grow a backbone? Now I'm ranting about Adam Silver. We didn't even cover the pregame. He didn't even cover the pregame. We're almost getting ready for the tip-off here. I can't believe it. Literally, the teams are tanking in February. We are a week into February. We're now going into week 2. Busty Mullins, what's up, Mullins? This is insane. Where the league is right now is insane to me. Because I think the basketball, for the teams that are actually playing hard, the teams that are actually competing on a nightly basis, on a night-to-night basis, I think the games are as good as they have ever been. The competitiveness is there. We just had a big old fight between the Hornets and the Pistons. Like, these teams care. These teams are trying to win. They care so much that they're willing to punch each other in the face when they get angry with each other. But still Marte. What's up, Marte? Before the All-Stars. Yeah, before All-Star break, we're getting tanking in the NBA. They used to wait at least until the last month of the season, until April, to tank. Now, Desmond said, do you watch college basketball? Yes, I do, brother. Yes, I do. I love watching college basketball. We might try and cover the tournament this year. We'll see. If we can get to it, how we can set it up. But I'm gonna try to cover the tournament, see what I could set up for it. In March. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? The league doesn't know what's going on either. No, I think the issue, Raymond, is that the league absolutely knows what's going on and are completely indifferent to it. They do not care because they don't care if you watch the game. They don't care if you watch their product. All they want you to do is to share it on social media, which is absolutely bonkers to me. It is absolutely insane that the league is ran by a guy with that mentality. You don't have to watch our game. When I heard that from Adam Silver, I said, I got to step up. I said, I got to be the guy to cover the league every single night and spread some positivity because this league needs it. I didn't say that. I'm joking. But the fact that he is the leader, he is the guy that he is the face of the NBA, right? Not really, obviously, it's always going to be a player, but you know what I mean. He is the head as commissioner. And obviously, as commissioner, he answers to all 30 owners. I get that. But the players answer to him, and he answers to the owners. But obviously, David Stern comes down. Back in the day when David Stern ran the league, he comes down, he goes to the players, and every player who was in the league when David Stern ran the league talked about it. He'd call you into his office, he'd threaten you, he'd tell you he'd get you out of the league if you embarrassed the league, and you would understand that he was serious about that. Barkley has stories about that. Kobe had stories about that. Duncan's had stories about that. Coaches have had stories about that. All you got to do is go out and look for them. You can literally go on YouTube and type out players and coaches talking about David Stern. He was not a nice man when it came to business. He was very mean to coaches and players, right? He made really bold decisions. Obviously, the controversial decision. William Yan, what's up, William? The controversial decision of implementing the dress code when Allen Iverson was becoming the face of the league, right? And it felt like that was a racial decision made by David Stern. And you know what he did? He stood on it. And he said, no. I want everybody to look at the NBA as a professional league. Whether that was the correct decision or not, he had integrity and a backbone to say, this is the vision I have for the league. It is important that we are viewed this way. Because if we're not, people will not take us as seriously. Right? Adam Silver has not done a single thing since taking over for the NBA that has pushed the product forward. As a matter of fact, I think the product as a whole has taken a step back. And that's my biggest issue on them. It's my biggest issue. Brian Jacobs, what's up, Brian? No Joel, no podcast P. Let's see if the Knicks can get a win. They need one. They are obviously coming into tonight extremely tired. Dig down. It is the last game for the All-Star break. You don't get the tired excuse here today. I get the jump shots may not be there because, there's nothing you can do. If your legs aren't there, your legs aren't there. But that just means you're going to have to change your game and get all the way to the rim. Find a way. Find a way to pull this one out. Mark said, now Kyle Kuzma showing up with sweater sleeves dragging on the floor. If you're Adam Silver, you can solve. The perception of the league is lower than where it was before Kobe. And Bruce Fowler with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Bruce. Appreciate you. He said, you've worked a full lathering game, hasn't even started. Save something for the fourth quarter. Oh, I'm ready to go, brother. I'm ready to go. Brian said, I came in late. I have no clue what you're talking about. Maybe suspension or I'm guessing the tanking for sure. It started with the tanking talk, a little bit with the tanking talk. Actually, I don't even know how it started, but we've been ranting about how terrible of a commissioner David Stern. Oh, Adam Silver is. It started with talking about the All-Star break and how terrible it is. Absolutely terrible. Let's go around the league real quick because we are going to get ready for the tip-off here any minute. Hornets over the Hawks. We got a Hornets game on today. Shout out the Hornets. Cavs taking on the Wizards. Should be an easy victory for the Cavs, who are experiencing the James Harden bump. It's all going to be fun and games for the Cavs and James Harden. They're going to be a very good regular season team from now on, right up until James Harden decides to forget how to play basketball come playoff time, as he's done so many times throughout his career. Magic taking on the Bucks. The Magic should be able to pull that one off. You got Bulls, Celtics tipping off now. Pacers, Nets tipping off now. The Pacers, by the way, sitting their entire starting five here tonight because they absolutely wanted to show up to play the New York Knicks, because that is what they do. We have our Knicks 76ers coverage coming up now. We got Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, Barlow, and Bona in the starting lineup for the 76ers in here tonight. Usual starting lineup for the Knicks as always. You got Pistons, Raptors. Could be an interesting game. Could be. You got Clippers, Rockets. Blazers, Timberwolves, Heat, Pelicans, Thunder, Suns. Shout out to, okay. I'll see you, Phoenix. We got Suns Jen in the chat. It's a tough game for Phoenix later tonight. And then, well, maybe not, because who knows who's playing for the Thunder. They've also just decided, nah. Mark said, how is the NBA highlight league? I could pull up that quote exactly. And I'm pretty sure I'm not exaggerating how he phrased that. He literally called the league a highlight league. You got Kings, Jazz, Grizzlies, Nuggets, and then rounding out the night is Spurs, Warriors. Pretty sure we have the best game of the night. All right, so here we go. 76ers win the tip, and Edgecombe will bring it down. One of the biggest issues tonight for sure will be the fact that without Joel Embiid, 76ers are capable of playing much faster. Maxey down the lane, misses the reverse layup against Towns. Bona, the offensive rebound, spins and lays it up and in for the first basket of the night. Rog D guy, what's up, Rog? Brian Jacobs said three-point contest looks super legit. I'm excited. I haven't been excited for a three-point contest in like 6 years personally, but Brunson up top, coming to his left, gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart swings it over to Bridges, catches it on the run, down the lane, fall away midi. Got it to go from McHale to answer with another two-point shot for himself. Edgecombe hit a head pass to Oubre. Oubre gets it over to Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Barlow. Back to Maxey. Maxey coming to his left off the Barlow screen. Pull up three for Maxey over Hart. Way strong for that one. Shamit, good rebounding in the paint. Everybody else is doing a solid job of boxing out. They get over to Towns up top. Being guarded by Bona. Coming to his right. Hands it off to Hart. Hart tries. Ooh, does get the sneaks the pass inside the Bridges. Cutting on a 45 cut. Under the basket. Got the reverse layup to go down. Beautiful pass from Josh Hart. And the Knicks take a 2-point lead. Edgecombe has it in the post against Brunson. Fall away baseline jumper for Edgecombe. Got it to go. My goodness. Is that a rookie or is that a fifth-year veteran? That's not a rookie shot right there. That's not a rookie move right there. VJ Edgecombe. Brunson has it up top. Bona hedges out hard. Brunson gets it inside the Towns. Back to Brunson for the easy scoop layup. Beautiful give and go between the star point guard and the star center. You love to see the two guys playing off of each other like that. Jay, what's up, Jay? Do you think they should have done a better job feeding Cat last night? I do. Towns had the matchup advantage against Michael Potter, and very few times they dunked him in the post. I know that's not the offense that the Knicks run, but, sometimes screw the offense and just go for the matchup. Especially, you don't have to give it consistent opportunity to do so. Towns down the lane gets the layup and the foul by Bona. He actually didn't use an offhand scoop. I love it. Now Towns holding his eye. That has all the stitches in it. Not great. Towns will go to the foul line for one more here. Brian said, yes, Curry's being replaced with Ingram somehow, who's in a total different conference. Weird. Yeah, because the All-Star game doesn't make any sense this year. It had to be an American-born player. I don't know how they settled on it being Brandon Ingram, but it's Brandon Ingram. Brian said, Bridges has been a bright spot. At least he's getting his touch back. I mean, Bridges is back to just being regularly consistent. Not anything great. Not anything bad. But just solid. I'd appreciate like a 20-point game, maybe even like once a week. But we don't get that. From McHale. Towns does knock down his and one free throw. He's going to give you 15, 4 and 5 when you need 15, 4 and 5. And when you need 20 from him, he's going to give you 15, 4 and 5. Shamit down the lane, got the lefty layup after the Knicks calls yet another turnover from Philly, and it's an 11-4 start. Let's get back to the game. Maxey has it up top, being guarded by Shamit, coming to his right. Shamit doing a good job staying in front of him. They swing it over to Oubre, back out top to Maxey. Jab step, driving down the lane, gets stripped by Shamit, out of bounds off of Maxey, who kicked it out of bounds. Shamit playing excellent defense to start on Tyrese Maxey. Point of attack defense has always been a bit of a weakness for the New York Knicks. Brunson gets it over to Towns, who catches it on the run. Down the lane, kicks it out the Bridges, wide open right corner, three, line me up. Comes up short, battle for the rebound. Towns knocks it out. Brunson picks it up, gets it over to Hart, gets it over to Bridges, wide open right corner three. Had all the time in the world, lines it up and knocks it down for Mikal Bridges, and it's an early 10-point lead for the New York Knicks. You love to see it. 9 minutes to go. They get it over to Oubre. Oubre gets it over to Barlow. Barlow attacking to his right, spins to his left on Josh Hart, goes up, gets swatted out of there by big Karl-Anthony Towns. Brunson bringing it down the other way to 5-on-4 after Barlow hit the floor. Over to Hart. They try to get it over to Shamit. Brunson picks it up, shovels it over to Shamit. Shamit open three. It does not matter. It does not go down because they called the foul after Brunson picked up the loose ball. Jay Hammer said, Bridges on a streak of scoring our first points. He is very, very solid. He started the game the other night. I think he had 10 early first quarter points. I think he ended the night with like 14, 15 points or something like that. Josh Hart, another beautiful cut by Mikal Bridges. Hart hits him with the backdoor slip pass. And a two-handed slam from Mikhail. Mikhail, excellent so far. So far, excellently. And a timeout for the 76ers. Love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, Mikhail. There you go. There you go. Mark said MSG Philly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Knicks have more home games than anybody else in the NBA. By far, not even close. Damn near half the Eastern Conference teams that they play, Knicks fans tend to invade their arenas. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, honestly. We got the Wizards Arena. We have Philly. Obviously, we have MSG. You want to count Barclays? You can count Barclays. John Collar, what's up, John? Just tuning in. So far, so good. So far, so good. So far, so good. I already got 4 teams. Well, you got MSG. Let's get them out of there. But you got Philly. You got Washington. You got Charlotte. You have both Florida teams. Boom, boom. There's a team I said that I missed. Barclays. That's 6 arenas right there. That's 6 arenas so far that I named off the top of my head. The Knicks absolutely go in and invade all the time, and it feels like a home game for the Knicks. Brian Jacobs said, I called it. Betty rebounds 2 tonight. I hope so. I hope so. Carlton Towns already with 3 and 2. No rebounds, though, for Big Cat, but he has saved a couple of possessions. He didn't get credited for the rebound, but he has absolutely saved the possession, knocking the rebound loose. Orlando, I called both Miami, both Florida teams, right? You got Barclays, both Florida teams, Miami and Orlando. Washington, Charlotte, and Barclays. Literally off the top of my head. Off the top of my head. Atlanta, a little bit of Atlanta. I don't know if the Knicks and I'm thinking about it more so like in a playoff matchup. I think you could definitely see a 50-50 split of Knicks fans versus home state fans. I think Atlanta Hawks fans would show up in Atlanta for the Hawks. I don't think the Knicks could invade them as much as the other places. Yeah, I think in a regular season matchup, you could see the Knicks show up for a matchup against Atlanta. But I'm more so thinking in the playoffs. Like if the Knicks ever played the Wizards in the playoff, Knicks have all home court advantage for every game. Same with the Nets. Same with Philly. We literally saw it happen with Philly already. The Florida teams it would happen with, for sure. All the New Yorkers who go down to Florida all the time. Karan Clark, what's up, Karan? I live in Atlanta. They're not real fans. Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? Brian Jacobs said, for Knicks fans, it's an easy drive down the New Jersey Turnpike, they say. It's a very easy drive down to, obviously, depending on which part of New York you're in. I'm from Jersey. From where I'm at to get to Philadelphia, to get to the arena, would probably take me around 3.5 hours-ish to get there. Not that bad at all. Not that bad. Isaiah Garner said, it's so disappointing how Orlando is playing this year, even though they're missing their star, but they should be playing much better. This is also Banchero just hasn't been that good. Isn't he upcoming? Banchero is just not the 1A guy that I think a lot of people projected him to be. He's really good. He's solid, but the best player on that team is, without a doubt in my mind, Franz Wagner. And they have been without Franz Wagner for a very long time now. He just recently came back, so they should, after the All-Star break, go on a nice big run. Here now that he's back. His brother is also finally back as well. Lemmy Yaks. Alexis, what's up, Alexis? I'm hoping for the best year for this Knicks. Absolutely, I'm with you. Here we go. We're back into it. 8:25 to go. Brunson guarding Maxey up top on a switch. Kicks it out to Oubre. Oubre pump fakes. Fly-by defense from Shamer running him off the line. Oubre down the lane. Loses the hand on the ball, but a foul is called on Bridges. And Bridges doesn't know where the foul came from. K. Hazy. What's up, K. Hazy? So Oubre will be at the foul line for 2. Relic, what's up, Relic? Oubre knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Brian said, yeah, there's 14 games tonight. So tomorrow is the last day before, as Oubre misses the second free throw and the Knicks pick up the rebound. Tomorrow is the last day of games before the All-Star break. There's only 3 games on the slate. We'll go through it when we have another timeout. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Oubre. Coming to his right off a Hart screen. Pocket pass to Hart. Down the lane. Gets swatted out of there by Barlow. Good recovery there from Dominic Barlow. Big fan of Dominic Barlow. He was a two-way guy for the 76ers for the longest time. They recently just gave him a full-time NBA contract. Very much deserved. Brunson gets it out to Karl-Anthony Towns. Left wing pump fakes. Driving to his right on Bona. Euro steps down the lane. I was about to say got the reverse layup to go down. He doesn't get it to go down, though. Overshot it. Just rolled off the side of the rim now. Edgecombe the other way. Kicks out to Barlow, left corner 3. You got to dare that guy to shoot all night long. He just happens to burn you there, knocking down that left corner 3 in transition. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson coming to his left. Gets it over to Shamet. Shamet hands it off to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Maxey. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Bona jumped the passing lane. Towns keeps it. Barlow switches onto him. Swings it out to Shamet. Wide open left wing 3. Beautiful pass from Towns. Shamet can't get the 3 to go. Oubre with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. 7:20 to go. They swing it over to Oubre, attacking Brunson, crosses over, down the lane, stripped out of the ball. Josh Hart picks it up. We're pushing the other way. Hit ahead to Bridges, down the lane, lefty layup, got it to go. And quickly, Philly's looking to push the other way. Lead back up to 10, 18-8. Edgecombe has it up top. I'm going to look to slow things down just a little bit. Edgecombe calling out a set. Wants to run a pick and roll here with Bona, trying involving Brunson and Cat in the action. A pull-up 3 for Edgecombe. He can't get it to go, but Bona, the offensive rebound, misses the putback layup. Rebound flies out to Oubre. A 3. Can't get the 3 to go. And Bridges with the rebound. I thought they called the foul. They didn't. But the Knicks bringing it down the other way. They get over to Bridges. Hands it back off to Brunson. Coming to his right. He's got space. Steps back. Pass fake. Kicks it over to Shamet. Shamet coming to his left. Shamet pulls it back out. Swings it over to Bridges. Bridges attacking to his right on Bona. Step back. Pump fake. Now sets his feet and fires the mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Towns the offensive rebound. Pump fake. Reverse layup. Got it to go. Where's my foul? Doesn't get the foul call, but he got the layup to go. Beautiful pump fake and finish from Karl-Anthony Towns there. Love the patience from Towns here tonight. Maxey down the lane, scoop layup with the right hand off glass. Got it to go as he blew past Shamet. Beautiful drive from Tyrese Maxey. You could stop him only so many times. He's going to get his. That is Tyrese Maxey right there. Here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down the other way. Maxey now 1 for 3 from the field. That was his first bucket of the game. And we are halfway through the first quarter. So holding him to that with no Joel Embiid is great. Towns steps through off the pick and roll with Jalen Brunson. Nice drop-off pass from JB to Karl-Anthony Towns, rolling off the screen. And he steps through and gets the layup to go down. It's 22-10. Knicks defense holding up their end of the bargain. The offense is moving and grooving right now. Edgecombe down the lane against Bridges. In the paint, puts up the floater off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Good boxing out of Karl-Anthony Towns. And a loose ball foul on Bona as Towns still secured the rebound. All that fouling, all that hacking, hanging on my shoulders. I'm too big. I'm too strong. Give me them rebounds. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving the start. DCL Love, what's up, DCL Love? Jay said sometimes Towns is so unorthodox going to the basket for a big man. He doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to be. He can be. I wish he was a little bit more unorthodox. It would keep him away from all those offensive fouls. Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Oubre. Coming to his left off a Robinson screen. Robinson is in. They swing it out to Mo Diawara, who's also in. Along with Clarkson as well, by the way. We got Brunson, Bridges, Diawara, Robinson, and Clarkson. Brunson leaves it off for Robinson. Robinson gets the two-handed slam. Beautiful drop-off pass by big Brunson. Jalen Brunson's delivered some gorgeous passes here tonight. He heard all the criticism. For all of you who are worried if Jalen Brunson maybe didn't hear all the criticism, he heard all the criticism. He has been absolutely hooping here tonight. They strip Tyrese Maxey of the ball, but Jordan Clarkson can't hold on to and accidentally loses it out of bounds. Ball will stay here with Philly. Andre Drummond is in the game. James Cookfair, what's up, James? Vasak, what's up, Vasak? It's the Sixers and the Revs versus the Knicks. Wofford, they allowed to sneak in off the inbound and get the layup to go. Brunson gets it over to Diawara. Diawara will bring it down. I love JB trusting Mo Diawara to bring the ball down. I love it. I love it. He's being guarded by Wofford, who's checked in. Diawara gets it over to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing. A no-hesitation 3 for JB. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Drummond able to snag it. Here comes Tyrese Maxey bringing it down, picked up by Bridges. Coming to his left off a Drummond screen, snaking it back to his left hand. Runs right into Robinson. Can't knock down the floater, but he does draw the foul and will get to the foul line for 2 free throws. Just that said 20 points in the paint. Let's not shoot a bunch of threes. Looking at you, Jose. Jose's still trying to figure out how exactly we run our offense, brother. He's still trying to find his way in. Steven Smith, what's up, Steve? Cat doesn't commit any offensive fouls, does he? For a stretch there, he was doing really good, not picking up silly offensive fouls. But the last game, he really struggled with that yet again. Hopefully, I don't think he hasn't picked up a foul tonight, I don't believe. So that is a good sign. Maxey knocks down both of his free throws. He is a knockdown free throw shooter. 10-point lead for the Knicks, 24-14, 4:30 to go here. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by, who is this young man? Is that Edwards? Bridges driving to his left, kicks it out to Diawara. Left corner three for Mo. Mo Diawara, baby. I love the confidence from Big Mo, man. I absolutely love the confidence, 27-14. Mo Diawara, if he's got space, he's going to let that thing fly. Maxey down the lane against Robinson. Smokes the layup, can't get it to go. But who is that? Is that Edwards? Yeah, Justin Edwards right there for the offensive rebound as, who was that who mistimed their jump? I think it was Clarkson mistiming his jump. Edwards able to sneak in behind him and snag the rebound and put it back up and in. Brunson spins off of Edwards down the lane, picks it up, kicks out to Clarkson. Wide open right corner three for Jordan Clarkson. In and out, can't get it to stay. Watford with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. 27-16, there we go. Watford gets it over to Maxey, crosses over, spins to his right, down the lane, pump fake, steps through, spins, kicks it out. Watford up top. Diawara daring him to shoot. He fires it, comes up short. Brunson with the long rebound. We're pushing the other way. Brunson up top, picked up by Oubre. Brunson coming to his right off the screen, pulls it out, pass fake, inside to Clarkson, and a bad pass from Brunson, miscommunication. Thought Clarkson should have came closer to the ball. Clarkson was fading into the paint, but brother, you got to come out and snag that pass. Bad pass from Jalen Brunson. Ball is going to go back to the 76ers here. Christian, what's up, Christian? At the end of the day, if we end up playing a team like the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs, we are in some deep trouble. End of story. If only the Pacers didn't have one of the worst records in the NBA and are looking to be tanking this year. The Knicks will be fine, brother. Maxey has it up top. Gets it over to Justin Edwards, who walks into a wide open three. He can't get it to go after they doubled Maxey. Brunson bringing it down the other way off the Diawara rebound. Bridges on the left wing, being guarded by Watford. Bridges crosses over to his left, step back, mid-range follow-away jumper. Oh, Mikal Bridges is on one today. Creating for yourself, cutting to the rim. I'm loving this version of Mikal Bridges. I wish we got him more often. Edwards has it up top to get it out to Maxey. Maxey driving to his left, or driving to his right on Bridges, gets all the way to the rim for the scoop layup. Sometimes Maxey's speed just burns you. Not even going to blame Bridges on that one. Like, yeah, he should have been able to cut him off, but I'm not even going to blame him on that one. Sometimes Maxey's speed just burns you. Clarkson has it on the left wing, coming to his left off a Robinson screen. Pump fakes, or pass fake, kicks it over to Bridges, now over to Diawara. Diawara coming to his left, driving it down, loses the handle on the ball from Mo Diawara. Here comes Watford pushing it the other way after he picks it up. They kick it out to Edwards. They close his airspace, back to Watford. Watford down the lane, loses the handle on the ball and kicks it out of bounds. There you go, good pressure from the Knicks. Watford ultimately just mishandles that ball right there. But it's off of him, and the ball will go back to the Knicks. And we're going to get a full timeout. We're going to catch our breath. Cool. Love it. Love it. Captain Mastiff, what's up, Cap? Game time, let's go Knickerbockers, however you spell us. You can just call them the Knicks. I think you got it right. Yeah, I think that's how you spell it, brother. You got it. You got it, Cap. Jay said, I don't like the Sixers, but enjoy watching Maxey. Yeah, my issue, I've gone on this rant multiple times. My issue with the 76ers is I love so many of their players. I love Maxey. I love Edgecombe. I love Grimes. I love Trendon Watford. And yet they wear Philadelphia across their chest, so I can never root for them, unfortunately, as a Knicks fan. Brightest Future, what's up, Brightest Future? Towns commits a lot of offensive fouls. He does commit a lot of offensive fouls. He had gotten really good with that over the 8-game winning streak, and was not really in foul trouble for a majority of it. The last game was really where it came out and really reared its ugly head again. Art NYC, what's up, Art? Brighter Future said, oh, I read that one. Absolutely. Isaiah Gunnar said, why didn't Brown try to put Mo on Siakam since nobody can guard him? I don't know. I don't love the Diawara matchup on Siakam. I would have tried it. Maybe he did try it and we didn't notice it. I don't know. Definitely didn't give it an extended run for him to try and get used to that matchup, but you know, I don't want to keep harping on the Pacers game, playing Philadelphia tonight. But, yeah, I stated it multiple times last night. Have never liked the Josh Hart on Siakam matchup, ever. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. MBM, what's up, MBM? K. Hayes said, I have no problem with the Sixers. They were the first game I watched from a box. That's a fun time. I mean, look, as they have been fading more and more and more into obscurity as Embiid's career has gone on and on and on, they've consistently dropped from my hated team's ranking, for sure. Let's go around the league a little bit. Hornets handling the Hawks a little bit so far. 12-point lead for them. The Wizards are battling back against the Cavs here. Only a 7-point game after the Cavs had an big early lead over the Wizards. Magic and Bucks locked in a tight one so far. Franz Wagner is back. Like I said, here he is at the foul line. You can see him. We'll check their box scores eventually. Celtics taking on the Bulls tonight. We'll see how that works out. Bulls always seem to give the Celtics a tough run. Also, Anthony Simons playing his old team. Maybe a little bit of a revenge game from Simons tonight. We'll see. We'll check in on it as this game progresses. End of the first quarter is 36-27. So the Nets taking on the Pacers. Nets blowing out the Pacers so far. The Pacers, if you want to know, are not playing any of their starters tonight. Like I said, that game in MSG against the Knicks, their rival, a team they want to show up and beat down, want to pick up a victory on a season where the Pacers are tanking and the Knicks are trying to compete for a championship. To show up at the Garden and play spoiler a little bit to the Knicks definitely had to feel really good for the Indiana Pacers. Knicks fell right into their trap. They are not playing anybody against the Nets tonight. They're tanking. They're tanking. But they wanted to make sure they picked up that one victory against the Knicks. Pistons taking on the Raptors. They have an early lead. This is a bad matchup for the Raptors, who are a struggling offense. And the Pistons are one of, if not the best defense in the NBA. All right, here we go. We're back into it. Alvarado's on the court. He's out there with Brunson, Robinson, Clarkson, and Hart. Alvarado coming to his right. Gets stripped of the ball by Drummond. And then Alvarado picks up a foul, going for the loose ball against Maxey. Jay said, let's win tonight and yesterday's disaster will be an afterthought. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jay. All right, here we go. Maxey bringing it down against Alvarado. Maxey has it up top. Driving to his left on Brunson on a switch. They swing it over to Edwards. Back to Maxey quickly. Maxey pump fake, swings through to his right, putting his head down, attacking all the way to the rim for the scoop layup. Got it to go very easily. If Maxey's putting his head down like that, you got to help out heavy and force him to kick it out. 29-20 now. Brunson on the left wing. Pull-up three for Jalen Brunson. Got it to go for the captain. 32-20 gives them a double-digit lead yet again. Want to keep the 76ers in arm distance away as much as you can. Edwards has it on the left wing. Hands it off to Maxey. Maxey on the left wing being guarded by Alvarado. Coming to his right of a screen. Brunson switches onto him. This is the matchup. Obviously, every team hunts all the time. Maxey dribbles into a pull-up three. Answers Jalen Brunson right back. Said anything you can do, I can do better. And Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson up top, being guarded by Edgecombe. They lob it down low to Robinson. Edwards saw it coming, picked it off. Robinson got to be more forceful going for that pass. It was right in his hands. They kick it out to Edgecombe. Can't get the three to go. Battle on the glass for the rebound. Robinson knocks it away from Watford. Josh Hart able to pick it up, and we're pushing the other way. Andre Drummond in the backcourt. They swing it out to Alvarado. Left corner three, no hesitation. Jose Alvarado can't get it to go. Drummond with the rebound. Quick outlet to nobody. Alvarado picks up the steal. Walks into another pull-up. Knock me down. Can't get that one to go. Robinson, the offensive rebound. Goes towards the rim. Gets hammered by Watford. Going to the foul line for 2 free throws. And then Watford and Alvarado getting into it. Yes, sir, Alvarado. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That's the kind of energy we need, Jose. That's the kind of energy we need, Jose. Bring that energy to the squad. Yes, sir. We got too many nice guys on this team. I need a jerk on the team. I need Alvarado, who feels some type of way about every single play. Don't knock my big man to the floor like that. Don't do that. I just met him the other day. I don't care, though. I'm still sticking up for him. We wearing the same jerseys right now. Jason, give him the business, Alvarado. That's why he's here. That's why he's here. Mark said he stood over Mitch, and that's why we got Jose Alvarado. Because nobody else would ever do anything on this team. No one else has ever done anything other than Dante and Hartenstein, who we lost. Isaac Garner said everyone be saying that to the Knicks because it's true. It's true. I don't think the Knicks are a soft team, but they're definitely a team that avoids confrontation. They avoid confrontation for sure. And all Alvarado did, like Mark said, was just push Trendon Watford. Like, don't stand over my guy. Walk away. You fouled him. All right. Whatever. Walk away. Don't stand over him like that. You're not that guy. That's what I'm talking about, Jose. Stand up for the squad. Stand up for the squad. Somebody's got to. Somebody's got to. I love it. I love the energy. Smallest dude on the court. He said Dante would have gotten in his face too. Yeah, and the Knicks have been missing that energy since they lost Dante and Hartenstein. Right? The Knicks have been missing that energy. That's also part of the reason why they went and got Alvarado. Just brings a different type of mentality and energy to the squad. They should be feeding off of that. Now we got a big old long review, by the way, to see who gets the technicals here. Mark said, love it. I'm loving it too. I'm loving it too. Sunjen said also Randall. Yeah, but Randall was a little more chaotic. For sure, Randall did it, for sure, but he was a little bit more chaotic when he decided to do it. It was weird. Randall was a weird case, but for sure, he was definitely one of the tougher dudes, stood up for his teammates most of the time. Sometimes he didn't, and that's when it got weird, but. Mark said, now hit your dang shots, Alvarado. Yeah, you missed 2 wide open threes so far tonight. I'm going to chalk that up to just got to a new team, ran off the plane, jumped right into the lineup. I'm going to chalk it up to that. Hopefully we get, like, fresh and ready to go Jose Alvarado after this All-Star break. Who will be into GTA is the man? This is. So they gave a technical to Alvarado. We expected that. No problem. But they also gave the technical to Nick Nurse and nobody else. I didn't see what Nick Nurse did, but I tell you this. And this is a point I think I brought up once, but I forgot about it. Mark said got to be a flagrant one. They didn't give him a flagrant one. They're just going to keep it a common foul. Oh, Nick Nurse came onto the court, I guess is why he got the technical. I don't know. The Nick Nurse technical was a little weird, unless he said something. He's not arguing it, so. So, you know, the technical is offset. Robinson stood at the foul line for 2 free throws off the foul. Knock down your free throws, Big Mitch. One point I want to make about Jose Alvarado, which I don't think I've hammered home enough. I think maybe I mentioned it once after the trade, but my biggest thing about Jose Alvarado that I am hyped about is Jose Alvarado is a hype man, essentially, right? He is an energy guy, and he is very much a vocal leader on the teams he has been on. Mitchell Robinson misses the first free throw off the back of the rim. It's a straight line drive. Big Mitch, knock him down. He's got one more coming. We're good, Big Mitch. Just give me one. But Jose Alvarado, what I'm excited about is he's going to hype up Karl-Anthony Towns. He's going to get Towns going because we know Towns can be an emotional dude. Like he can get his emotions get the best of him. Jose Alvarado is going to hype up Karl-Anthony Towns as their relationship grows, and I think that's going to be a beautiful connection, Alvarado and Towns. I really do. Robinson, just give me one. He gave me one, baby. That's all we need from Big Mitch. The lowest bar I could possibly set for any NBA player at the foul line is shoot 50% from the field. Robinson split the free throws there. He's sitting at 50. Edgecombe picks up his handle. Good defense from Clarkson. They get it over to Watford. Watford hands it off to Maxey, being chased by Alvarado. Pulls it back out. They lob it over the top to Watford. Watford gets swatted out of there by Big Mitch. Don't try me, brother. Don't try me. Get him out of there. 4.8 on the shot clock for the 76ers here. Captain, what's up, Captain? I haven't heard of Alvarado before now. He was on the, probably because he was on the, Maxey pulls up the 3, way off. Alvarado picks up the long rebound. We're pushing the other way. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson shovels it back to Alvarado. Good transition defense for the 76ers. The Knicks got to slow down. Probably, Captain, because he was on the Pelicans, and the Pelicans have not been a very good team for a very long time. They go under the screen, and Josh Hart makes them pay with a pull-up 3. 36-23. 15 seconds to go here. And Justin Edwards has it up top. He's going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. He's being guarded by Brunson. They're going to try to get this to Maxey's hand at some point. They get it over to Wofford. Wofford over to Edwards, back to Maxey, being guarded by Alvarado, backing him down, steps through, leans in, off glass, can't get it to go. He's looking for a foul call. He does not get the call, and that will be the end of the first quarter, 36-23. Knicks put up 36 first quarter points. They hold Philly to 23 points. Good defense, good offense, keeping it moving, 13-point lead. Let's continue to build on this. Continue to build on it. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Appreciate you, brother. I'm doing good, Bernard. I love that you come in and ask that question, man. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things that you do. When you come in, first thing you do is like, hey, man, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Bernard. I hope you're doing good too, brother. John Mosgrove, what's up, John? We're a different team with Mitch. They have an actual backup center with Mitchell Robinson available. We have now gone 3/4 of the way through the season, pretty much. 2/3 of the way through the season, however you want to classify it. I'm not as in on Huck Porty as I was to start the year. Not as much. Not as much. Arthur, what's up, Arthur? Amy, good start, solid start. Everybody's getting in on the action. Clarkson and Alvarado yet to score. Alvarado does have a rebound. He does have a personal foul. He does have a technical. Shout out Jose Alvarado. Started to rally the team a little bit. That's exactly the kind of energy we need. Robinson's got 3. Brunson's got 5. Josh Hart knocked down to 3. Josh Hart also diming it up again, just like he did against the Pacers. He picked up a triple-double against the Pacers. 3, 2, and 5 so far here tonight. On the other end, the only guy you really have to worry about consistently tonight is Tyrese Maxey. He's got 11 points. And he probably won't be starting the second quarter here, so the Knicks are going to need to take advantage of the start of the second quarter. They will be without Jalen Brunson, but Karl-Anthony Towns will be back in. Let's keep it going. John Mosgrove said Huck kind of stalled in his development. Yeah, it did not take the kind of leaps I was hoping he would take this year. So much so that I would not be opposed to the Knicks going out and looking for a backup big the buyout market, right? He has not been impressive. He's been given multiple opportunities this season with Mitchell Robinson not being able to play in back-to-backs. So he's had multiple stints this year where he's, gone in as the backup big, right? And also times where Karl-Anthony Towns has missed games. He's had multiple stints where he has had an opportunity to really secure himself like a legitimate role as a third-string big. And he just has not come through more often than not. Just that, did anyone else think Allen Iverson when Philly wears the black uniforms? Of course, that's the first guy that should come to your mind for sure. Madrasi, what's up, Madrasi? Any word on how much longer OG is out? We should be seeing OG Anunoby February 19th when they play the Pistons. This is the last game, Madrasi, before the All-Star break. So they probably weren't going to bring him back just to play one game before the All-Star break. It's just like, all right, take your rest, get to the end of the All-Star weekend, get to the end of the All-Star break, and then just, end of the year, full sprint to the end of the regular season going into the playoffs. Bonita Crandon. What's up, Bonita? Let's go, Knicks. Absolutely. Kay Hazy said Huck versus Sims. I think Sims was better. Sims was definitely better in his role. Huck has been far more inconsistent. At least Sims was consistent, right? I don't think either guy has been like all that impressive as a backup or third string big, but Sims at least was pretty consistent. He was a consistently good rebounder. Huck Porty has games where he's a good rebounder, and he has games where he's not a very good rebounder. So, really weird year for Huck Porty. I've not been a big fan of him this year. All right, here we go. Foongpei said, I do not have the proper subscription to watch the game. Thanks for your commentary. As always, Foongpei, always going to be here. All right, here we go. We're back into the start of the second quarter. Alvarado coming to his right, down the lane, leaves it off. Josh Hart, pump fakes. Kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet swings through to his right, going along the baseline, gets caught in the air, kicks it out. Mo Diawara, line me up again. Line me up again, Mo Diawara. Stop leaving me open. The Knicks have found an absolute gem late in the second round. My goodness, Mo, lighting it up. 2 threes here tonight. Oubre driving it down on Shamet. Oubre gets, Shamet looks like he got hit below the belt. They call a foul in the Knicks after Shamet goes down. I think he'll be all right. Just got hit below the belt. Got to take a breather. For sure, got to take that breather. Captain said, good work that comes from the love of the game. We got more love for the game than any others. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Oubre at the foul line. Misses the first free throw. Exactly. Ball don't lie. The ball does not lie. Roger G. Wall said, who pulled the Draymond on Shame God? Oubre did drive into the basket. I think maybe his off arm came up and hit him, or maybe his leg or something. I don't know. But they didn't call anything on the contact, and then, Shamet goes down, and Oubre continues to go to the basket and ends up getting fouled. He splits the free throws, though, knocks the second one down. Shamet driving it down, stops, kicks it out to Towns. Towns up top being guarded by Barlow. They don't have Drummond is their backup big. Excuse me. They do have a regular backup big. Towns picks up a foul on Barlow on a little rip-through move. Young on. What's up, Young? John Mosgrove said, D-War has shown up almost every game. I'm loving it. Nick Nurse calls a timeout. Is he using a challenge here? Nick Nurse is using his challenge here. Showing the replay. Barlow reaches in. Looks like Barlow hit the ball first and then maybe made contact with the wrist, but they got to get the commercials in, so that's the only replay we're going to get to see. But Nick Nurse and the 76ers are using their challenge here. I think they'll probably win this challenge. Isaiah Gardner said, Knicks need to sign Sohan. Let me ask you, Isaiah Gardner. Tell me one thing that Jeremy Sohan is above average at in the NBA. Go ahead. Let me know. Put it in the chat, brother. Tell me one thing he's above average at in the NBA. Just that said, Nick Nurse needs a fashion designer. Did he wear a suit in the finals for the Raptors game? Did he wear a suit at that time? I think he did, right? When did they get rid of him? Was it COVID that they got rid of the suits? Did we wear suits all the way up to 2019? Wow, I can't even remember. I think we did, right? Yeah, I think we did. And then when they came back, they were like, well, you don't have to wear the suits because we don't have a ton of fans in the arena. Here's another thing Adam Silver could do to help bring legitimacy back to this NBA and start making it a little bit more professional feeling again. Force coaching staff to wear suits again. Force coaching staff to wear suits again. Mark said he's never worn a suit. Why did they stop wearing suits again, Mark? What was the thing that happened? I thought it was after COVID. I thought it was a COVID thing, right? When did they stop wearing suits? We have to go back to wearing suits, by the way. We have to start looking professional on the sidelines. Stop with the quarter zip stuff. It looks silly to me. It looks silly. FF2 Pro. What's up, Pro? Remember me? Yes, sir, brother. I remember the name for sure. This is why I read names out loud. So when I read it again, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember reading that name. I got you, brother. Donald Moore Music. What's up, Don? I thought he was talking about the mayor getting signed to the Knicks. No, brother. We're talking about Jeremy Sohan, which Isaiah Gardner has yet to put in the chat what he's good at. Oh, here we go. Not going to lie, I don't know. But he's a good defender and has guard-like skills. He's another wing we need on the team. I don't know. That's why I asked the question, because we say he's a good defender. But is he? If he's a good defender and has good size and is a wing, is a young player, why did the San Antonio Spurs just waive him? Right? Some team will take a flyer on him. I don't think the Knicks should. I wouldn't be like, oh, why did they do that if that did happen? But I don't think Jeremy Sohan is going to go from riding the bench for the San Antonio Spurs to riding the bench for the New York Knicks. And I don't think he would get minutes over Mo Diawara. 76ers win the challenge. So the 76ers get the ball after winning the challenge. Imminent possession goes to them. Mark said, baseball has their coaching staff wear uniforms. NFL needs more formal wear on their coaching staffs too. I mean, I get the hoodies for the football coaches because it's an outside sport. But I don't know why we can't go back to suits, man, in the NBA. It makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. Drummond hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe has it up top. Shaman does a good job staying in front of him. Edgecombe stops, turns, spins, has it to his right, spins again, fall away, foul line jumper. Got it to go. My goodness, like I said, is this kid a rookie or is this his fifth year in the league? Because that's not a rookie move right there for VJ Edgecombe. Steele, appreciate you. Steele Brain Rot, appreciate you, Steele Brain Rot. 39-26. Alvarado danced with it up top, gets it over to Towns, being guarded by Drummond. Towns jab step. Swings through to his left, driving it down, kicks it out. Josh Hart pump fakes, coming out of the corner, spins, kicks it back out to Towns. Towns left corner, driving, step backs, puts it up with the shot clock expiring, can't get it to go. Andre Drummond with the rebound, quick outlet to nobody. Mo Diawara picks up the loose ball, terrible outlet from Drummond. Mo Diawara, cross-court pass to Shamet, extra pass to Alvarado, wide open, right corner three. Line me up, Jose Alvarado, created by who? Mo Diawara with a pinpoint cross-court pass. Extra pass by Shamet will give him the assist. 42-26 now. It is a 16-point lead for the Knicks. Wofford crosses over on Diawara down the lane, throws up the floater, comes up short, grabs his own offensive rebound, tries to go up, gets stripped by Towns. Good hands from the Knicks. Here comes Alvarado, shot out of a cannon, pushing it the other way, pulls it back out. Over the top pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart back, Alvarado. No hesitation, three for Jose. Two in a row for big Jose. Line me up, Alvarado, and the Knicks are up by 19. I love it. I love it. No Maxey on the court. You got to run the score up here. Oubre has it up top, being guarded by Shamet. Oubre gets it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe dancing with it, stops, turns, pulls it back out. Good defense from Shamet to stay in front. They get it over to Wofford. Wofford down the lane, leaves it off of Drummond. Drummond, a two-handed slam. Good drop-off pass from Wofford. Arthur said no Embiid equals a Knick blowout. It should. It should. Alvarado slipped past to Josh Hart, rolling down the middle of the lane off the screen. Can't get the layup to go. Battling for the loose ball rebound. Towns had it, but can't keep it alive. Edgecombe comes up with it. Over to Barlow. Barlow leaves it off for Wofford. Wofford lefty layup. Got it to go. Back-to-back buckets for the 76ers. 15-point game. Josh Hart bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart had a wide open layup, brother. You got to convert that. Josh Hart on the right wing. Gets it over to Alvarado. Alvarado gets it over to Towns. Towns in the post against Barlow. Towns spins off of him, goes to the basket, two-handed slam, too big, too strong, too talented for Karl Anthony Towns. I love the move. Again, let's incorporate in the offense, feeding him on the block a little bit more often. Edgecombe, another fall away, midi can't get it to go. Good boxing out from Shamet on Drummond, allows Towns to come in for the rebound. Alvarado pushing the pace, hands it off to Hart. Hart leaves it off for Towns, walks into a straightaway three. Line me up, big Karl Anthony Towns. We got big cities in the building. He is hooping, and the Knicks take a 20-point lead, 50-30. 8 minutes to go here. I never restarted the timer, my apologies, but it don't even matter because the game might be over. Might be over. We still got a long time left to go. Long time left to go. Karl Anthony Towns, 12, 3, and 2. Josh Hart with 3, 2, and 7. Big assist for big Josh Hart tonight. Shamet with 2, 1, and 2. Diawara with 6 and 1. Alvarado with 6, 1, and 1. Hooping right now. Hooping. As for Philly, kind of struggling a little bit to find consistent offense without Tyrese Maxey on the floor. Obviously, we know they're without Embiid. We know they're without Paul George. Also, no Quentin Grimes tonight, so they are missing a multitude of good rotation players for them here tonight. But either way, you take it. Whoever's out on the court is whoever's out on the court. Figure out a way to win. And the Knicks taking a 20-point lead. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We have 8 minutes to go, so I'll just run the timer down so we catch up. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? When's our next game? Our next game, Tay, will be February 19th, next Thursday. Next Thursday. We have the All-Star break coming up. This is the last game for a week before the All-Star, until after the All-Star break. Then the Knicks and the rest of the league will be back next Thursday. Nick Yak, what's up, Nick Yak? CJ said, let's go, Knicks. 69-30 first half. They're hooping. They're hooping for sure. Okay, Hayes and McCain could have got some shots up. Yeah. To just give him up for a couple of seconds is kind of crazy, right? No, maybe it was a first. It was a first. They traded a first for him. Still kind of crazy. Still kind of crazy to just give up on him. Nick Yak said, Cat playing big boy. He is. He absolutely is, Yak. I love the way Karl Anthony Towns was playing tonight. I'm loving it. Isaiah Garner said Jose should be in GTA 6. That probably would have been his jersey number, but 6 is retired across the entirety of the league because of Bill Russell. Shout out big Bill Russell. CJ said, let's go Alvarado, Puerto Rican. Absolutely, he's hooping out there. The Puerto Rican to Dominican connection. Gotta love it. I think that connection is going to be beautiful as the season goes on. Alvarado to Karl Anthony Towns. The inclusion of Alvarado into the lineup, by the way, has allowed a guy like Karl Anthony Towns to strive a little bit here because they have an actual point guard out there. So when Brunson goes to the bench, they were usually running either Clarkson or McBride, maybe even a little bit of Kolek. But those lineups with Karl-Anthony Towns, between Towns and Kolek, were also very effective. But I think Alvarado, a little bit more seasoned, got a little more seasoning on him than Tyler Kolek does. And I think overall just a better player as well. James Cookfair said the All-Star game, International versus USA in pickleball. Yeah, I think honestly, do something similar to what the NFL has done with their pro day, not the pro day, or is it the pro day? What's it called? Whatever it's called. Their All-Star game that they have at the end of the season. What they've done is they've eliminated pretending like they're actually playing a football game. They've gone to flag football. They do dodgeball events. If anything, they do like skills challenge things, and nobody cares. Nobody watches it, right? But I think it would be fun to watch NBA basketball players do it, number one, because we know these players. We see them on the court. There's less NBA players than there are NFL players. We know their personalities more. I think if we did dodgeball stuff, if we did silly stuff like that, if we put them in like a softball thing, I think people would tune in to watch. I know I would. But clearly they don't want to be competitive in a basketball game. So Edgecombe down the lane against Alvarado, stops in the paint and throws up the floater and gets it to go. Edgecombe, nice calm move. He knew Alvarado didn't have the size to really contest him once he got in the air. So just made sure he rose up and then knocked down the floater. Alvarado coming off the Town screen. Alvarado directing traffic, getting it over to Sham, trying to get it to Sham, and he can. Good denial from Maxey to get over to Bridges. Jab step coming to his left. The Knicks go to the double big, by the way. And Bridges throws the lob up to Big Mitch. Oh, we're getting everything we've ever asked for here tonight. We are getting everything we have ever asked for the Knicks to do. Throw lobs to Robinson, get the ball to Towns in the post. Bridges taking guys who he has matchup advantage against one-on-one and knocking down shots. You're getting to the rim. Everything we've asked for, the Knicks are doing so far here tonight. A perfect game almost from them as Robinson comes up with his second block against Oubre. Bridges bringing it down the other way. Bridges leaves it off for Shamit. Shamit, pump fakes to his right, down the lane, out to Towns, open, pump fakes, driving to his left, going through the contact to the rim. Layup, got it to go. They can't stop my guy tonight. They can't stop you, big cat. Towns still holding on to that bandage he's got over his eye, keeping the stitches intact. Did he get the foul call? No, he did not. The Knicks, no, a turnover. What happened? Where did the turnover come from? I don't know, but the Knicks got the ball. The Knicks have the ball back. 7 minutes to go. They get it into Robinson. Robinson with the layup. Got it to go. Jose Alvarado with the inbound to Robinson rolling to the rim. Beautiful inbound play from the Knicks, and they're up by 24 points. 11-2 run for the Knicks. I love that we've gone to the double big lineup here. Edgecombe has it up top, crosses over to his left, snaking it back to his right hand, pulls it back out, being guarded by Robinson. Edgecombe's going to look to dance. Edgecombe crosses over to his right, gets to the rim, stops, spins again, got nowhere to go. Ball knocked out of his hands. Ball still loose. Barlow picks it up to kick it out. Oubre, an open left wing three. He can't get it to go. Alvarado comes in for the rebound. Great boxing out from Karl-Anthony Towns. Alvarado pushing the pace. Now going to slow it down. Now he's going to drive it in. Now he's going to pull it back out. Alvarado now has it up top, and the Knicks are going to look to run their offense. He's calling for Karl-Anthony Towns. He gets it over to him. Towns has it up top. He's being guarded by Bona. Towns catches, hesitates, pump fakes, driving to his right, hesitates again, kicks it out. Alvarado, no hesitation, right wing three. Oh my goodness, everything going down for the Knicks right now. They cannot be stopped. And this is how you go into the All-Star break. Absolutely embarrassed Philly tonight. It's 32-59. I'm loving it. They get over to Maxey, driving to his right to the rim, gets tripped up, and he's going to go to the foul line for two. Maxey misses the layup, but he's got 2 free throws coming his way, and we are at the halfway point of the second quarter here, and the Knicks have 59 points, and it's 59-32. It's a 27-point lead for our New York Knicks right now. Just that's it. Jose, 3 for 5 from 3. He missed the first 2 threes he took, which were wide open. So they showed the replay on how the Knicks got the ball back previously. Remember, I was confused as to how they got the ball back because the camera did not show it. What happened was Jose Alvarado was sneaking behind, and then when Edgecombe went to go inbound the ball, he noticed Alvarado at the last second, ended up stepping over the line, ended up being a turnover, ball back to the Knicks. That was on the previous play. Maxey knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. Gigi said, look how different it is when Cat's playing with a real PG. Yeah, as if Karl-Anthony Towns wasn't fantastic in the first quarter either, Gigi. You got to keep your agendas to yourself, brother. They get over to Josh Hart, pump fakes, driving to his left, down the lane, tries to kick it out to Brunson. Edgecombe jumped the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds. 5:48 to go. Mark said, I told him to start making his threes. Dude listens. He does. He said, oh, my bad, Mark. I got to make them. I forgot what the goal of basketball was. You right, Mark. You right. Let me knock down these next 3 threes. 3 in a row for Jose Alvarado. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. Brunson's got to inbound it. They get it into Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top being guarded by Barlow. Josh Hart hands it off to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Edgecombe. Driving to his left. Spins to his right. Brunson has him in the post. Shot clock winding down. You got to put something up. Leans in. Gets tied up. And it's going to be a jump ball. Isaiah Garner said Clarkson should not be playing over Jose ever. I don't think he's playing over Jose. If anybody, he's playing over Kolek. And I don't think Clarkson should be playing over Kolek right now. Brunson versus Edgecombe. Edgecombe wins the tip easily. He's got like a 97-inch vertical. This guy can jump out of the gym. And Maxey bringing it down the other way. 5:30 to go here in the second. Maxey has it up top. Coming to his right. They swing it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe down the lane. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. He skies for his own offensive rebound. Then gets blocked by Robinson. His 3rd here tonight already. But they say Robinson was out of bounds. A late whistle. A late whistle. Robinson not a fan of the call. See the replay on that. And then a foul, looks like by Bridges. So Philly still has the ball. There's a foul before the ball was inbounded. So a free point for Philly. Maxey knocks it down. John Musgrove said, defensively, you do not want to leave Alvarado open. You do not. You do not. They get it into Edgecombe. Edgecombe takes it up top to Oubre. Oubre gets it over to Maxey. Maxey coming off a million screens, swings it out to Barlow. An open 3 for Barlow. That's a guy you don't mind leaving open at all. And then a foul by Bona as Bridges able to snag the rebound. The 3rd foul on Adem Bona here. Alvarado bringing it down. Alvarado coming to his left, off the Robinson screen. They run a little Spain pick and roll action. They swing it out to Bridges, right wing a 3. Can't get it to go over Oubre. Oubre chases down the long rebound. Here comes Maxey bringing it down the other way. Under 5 to go. Maxey up top being guarded by Bridges. I don't like this matchup. Maybe they're just looking to switch it with Alvarado. I don't like this matchup. Get Bridges off of Maxey. Maxey's dancing with it, crosses over to his right of the screen. He's got a lane to the rim, kicks it out to Oubre. Oubre, a no hesitation 3. Still can't get him to go down. Battle for the rebound. Josh Hart knocked it in the air, and Robinson able to clean it up. Knicks pushing the other way. Hit ahead. Alvarado, left corner 3. Ooh, can't get that one to go. Would have popped off. Would have popped off yet again. Quick hit ahead to Barlow. Barlow leaves it off for Maxey. Swings through to his right. Down the lane, loses the handle. Bona able to pick it up. Maxey able to pick it up. Knocked out of bounds. And a late foul call on Alvarado. Alvarado running over Maxey there. He's frustrated with the foul call. Juice Life. What's up, Juice Life? Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Rubian said Embiid looks pissed. I did not notice Embiid on the bench there, if the camera panned to him. Jay Gardner. What's up, Jay Gardner? Love Jose on this team. Absolutely. Absolutely. He'll only get better as he gets more reps with the squad and he builds chemistry with them. Towns comes in for Robinson. Shamit coming in for... Who's Shamit coming in for? Who's Shamit coming in for? He's coming in for Alvarado. They get it over to Edgecombe up top. Edgecombe gets the Maxey being guarded by Shamit. Jab step, spins to his left, fall away midi. Excellent defense. Better offense for Tyrese Maxey. That's what he does. Lead down to 22. Had to expect when Maxey came back into the game, they were going to go on a little bit of a run. Maintain the run, keep a 20-point lead here. Josh Hart driving to his left, down the lane, kicks it out to nobody. Not a good pass from Josh Hart. Miscommunication between he and Shamit. He thought Shamit was going to slide up top, give him the easier lane. He did not. And Josh Hart throws it out of bounds. And a moving screen on Barlow. Good job from Shamet running through the screen hard there. Moving screen on Barlow is going to give the ball back to the Knicks. So 59-37. The Knicks have been stuck on 59 for a while now. Ever since the 76ers put their starters back in, the Knicks have responded by putting some of their starters back in. Now the Knicks need to get back on track. Mark said they were laughing at showing Wemby walking through the metal detector. Yeah, it's a pretty funny sight to see Wemby interacting with normal-sized people things. Brunson bringing it down to get over to Towns. Towns up top. Coming to his left. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges down the lane. Foul line pull-up jumper. He's open. And he got it to go. There you go. Knicks getting back on track. They finally break the 60-point marker. Marjon Beauchamp, once a Knick, always a Knick. Beauchamp is with the 76ers right now. Who's in? Maxey up top, behind the back, steps back, pump fakes, gets it over to Beauchamp. Beauchamp a wide open right corner three, throws up an air ball. And that's why he's no longer a Knick. Towns with the rebound. Brunson over to Bridges. Bridges gets caught in the air and throws it away. Come on, McHale. Too lackadaisical, brother. Maxey's going to go the other way for the easy layup. Bridges is way too lackadaisical there, brother. Push, go. Don't get caught up in the air looking for the late second pass. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson up top, being guarded by Edwards. Coming to his, crosses over to his right, rejecting the Town screen, down the lane, swings it out, extra pass to Bridges, wide open left wing three, beautiful ball movement. Bridges can't get it to go down. Towns snatches the rebound on the inside. Towns gets the ball stripped out of his hands. They can't save the ball. Bridges throws up the floater and gets it to go down. Towns was too busy looking at the ref like, where was the foul call? There was a ton of contact. He didn't get the call. But here comes Philly pushing the other way after some serendipity for the Knicks. Ended up with a Bridges floater. Maxey has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Maxey sees a double team now, pulls it out, cross-court pass. Edwards walks into an open right wing three. He still can't get him to go down. Towns with the rebound. Here comes Bridges. Bridges bringing it down. Pull a pass inside the Shamet. Shovels it back to Bridges. Bridges reverse layup. Got it to go. Beautiful give and go. Bridges threw the pass inside the Shamet. Knew Shamet didn't have the opportunity to get the shot up, so he immediately cut right towards Shamet and got the beautiful handoff pass for the easy layup. Good two-man game. Shamet jumps the handoff action. Brunson saves it after Shamet knocked it loose. Josh Hart, bounce pass. Shamet inside. Beautiful layup from Landry Shamet off the drop ball pass from Bridges. The ball movement on that break was insane, and the lead is just like that is back up to 28 points. And Maxey has it up top. Shamet's giving him all he can handle tonight, just making it difficult on him. Maxey not out there with a ton of help tonight. His stars are sidelined. Maxey up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. Going to look to dance with it. Crosses over to his right. Step back. Fall away midi over Hart. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson in and out dribble. Behind the back pass to Towns. Towns, Euro steps past Beauchamp. Down the lane. Layup. Can't get it to go. A lot of contact. No foul call yet again for Karl-Anthony Towns. Here comes Oubre. Throws the lob up top to Barlow. And he gets the layup to go down. I don't know what. Now, my score is behind. My apologies. It is 67-41. They get it to Towns in the post against Beauchamp. He's in the lane. Gets tied up by Edward. Oh, no, foul. Foul was called. Finally. I thought they were going to give him a jump ball, but it is a foul. Are the Knicks in the bonus? Or is that side out of bounds? Nick Yak said, what a fun night. We're literally getting everything we want from this team tonight, Yak. They are firing on all cylinders. Everybody's in on the action. It's been phenomenal. Brunson's got 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Haven't even really needed him tonight. He's 2 for 4 from the field because everybody else is getting it going. Bridges with 19 first half points so far. Towns with 15. He's at the foul line here. Knocks the first one down. He's got one more coming. That gives him 15. And the defense has been fantastic. Even Maxey. He's got 18 points on 12 shot attempts. Maxey's going to do what he does. He's going to get his points because he's that dang good. But they've made it very difficult on him tonight. They forced a bunch of, they are in the bonus. Absolutely, Mark. They are in the bonus, and that's why Towns is at the foul line for 2 free throws. He made the first one. He's got one more coming. But everything is working out the way they wanted to. They've even gone to the double big lineup. It worked out. They had Robinson in there. He's got 3 blocks already tonight. Everybody's getting rebounding. The ball is flying around. They're just absolutely carving up the 76ers tonight without their guys. And that's exactly what you need to do against the lowly teams. Watford hands it off to Edgecombe, hands it off to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Shamet, coming to his left off the Drummond foul. And then Maxey falls to the floor. Contact with Karl-Anthony Towns. They give Maxey the foul call. Maxey's going to go to the foul line for 2. Karl-Anthony Towns is like, that's literally the same contact on the other end, but because he's a guard, you gave him the call, and because I'm a big man, I don't get the call. I'd be frustrated too, Towns. I'd be frustrated too, brother. Rogby guy said refs are terrible tonight. I don't think they're terrible, but they're definitely stiffing Karl Anthony Towns for a couple of calls. And guess what? Ball don't lie as Maxey misses the first free throw. The basketball gods do not reward silliness like that. Maxey's got one more coming. Jay Hammer said, I want Marjon to cook. Unfortunately, Marjon Beauchamp is not very good at basketball. Towns comes out. Robinson for the final minute here. Maxey does knock down the second one, 69-42, 27-point lead for the Knicks, and Brunson will bring it down. Give me a 30-point lead before halftime. I'd appreciate you. The Knicks, you know what? Give me 70 points before halftime. That's what I want. I want 70 before half. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Edgecombe. Brunson coming to his right. Wofford switches onto him. Brunson's going to look the dance. Ooh, got him leaning a little bit. Brunson's still dancing with it. Coming to his right down the lane, shoves it over to Bridges. Bridges under the rim, kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet pump fake, left corner three, he's open. Too strong, can't get it to go. Robinson battling for the rebound, saves it over to Shamet. What a save from Robinson. They swing it out to an open Brunson for a three, and there's your 30-point lead, y'all. And there it is. 72-42. Gave me exactly what I needed, and I gave it in the most Knicks way possible. Beautiful ball movement led to an open three. Shamet just misses it, but Robinson out hustles everybody and saves it for his team, creates another possession, and then they swing it around and find an open Brunson for a three. Maxey down the lane, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Beautiful defense yet again. Josh Hart and the Knicks pushing the other way. Beautiful bullet pass from Josh Hart in the Bridges, and he smokes the layup, and Josh Hart's tip can't go. Come on, Villanova boys. Come on. And the Knicks bench pop up off the bench to make fun of Mikal Bridges for smoking a layup there at the end. Josh Hart tried to save it, but couldn't get the tip to go down. But the Knicks take a 30-point lead in the halftime, 72-42. Incredible game from the Knicks tonight. Defense has been fantastic. Offense has been spectacular. They're taking advantage of a Philly team that doesn't have a ton of players available today. No Grimes, no Embiid, no Paul George. And the Knicks are just smacking them up tonight. Absolutely dominating the game. All you could ask for, right? All you could ask for. Doesn't matter who's in front of you. Take care of business, and the Knicks are taking care of business in exactly the way you're supposed to against lowly teams, right? If your guys are out, if your guys are injured, and the Knicks are, CJ said Knicks win the championship. If you fancy yourself a championship team, and the other team has a bunch of guys out, you don't want to match up like you had with Indiana last night. You want to match up like you have against 76ers tonight, right? The Knicks are, let's not forget, the Knicks are on the second night of a back-to-back. Let's not take that out of the equation. This is exactly what you should be doing. Go into the All-Star break having fun, giving Knicks fans like us something to feel good and smile about. Exactly what we needed. I like shoes. What's up, I like shoes? This is a win, bounce-back game. They knew they needed one, and they're delivering tonight. Let's look at it. Let's look at it, because it's definitely something to behold right now. What a beautiful game it has been. Anthony Towns with 16. Mikal Bridges leading the way with 19. He missed the layup at the end that could have gave him a 20-point first half. I don't know how many times Mikal Bridges this season has had a 20-point first half. Oh, by the way, it's not because the shooting has been phenomenal. He's only 1 for 4 from three-point range, right? Usually when he has nights like this is because he can't miss from three. He's having a hot shooting night. But no, instead, he's just playing really good basketball, cutting to the rim, slicing them up. Philly's defense has not been prepared for Mikal Bridges' constant movement tonight, and the off-ball screen the Knicks have delivered. And he's getting open looks, beautiful passing from his teammates, including mostly from Josh Hart. 3, 4, and 7 tonight for Josh Hart. He's on triple-double watch yet again. I don't know if he'll get it because he might not have to play in the fourth quarter. Mark said, fill me in on the Kawhi Leonard drama. Is there Kawhi Leonard drama? I mean, outside of the fact that of the aspirations deal? There's no update, no ESPN update or anything. Is there Kawhi drama going on right now? The only drama I know about Kawhi is the aspirations deal stuff. And the league, or everybody around the league, just kind of waiting to see if they're actually going to get punished. But yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Is there Kawhi Leonard drama? What's the drama with Kawhi? Nick Too Chill, what's up, Nick? Do you think Towns coming back in since they're up 30? He will play majority He will play regular rotations for the third quarter, and then we'll see what happens in the fourth. See what the score is there. Mark said aspirations. What's that? You really don't know, Mark? In the offseason, Pablo Torre, investigative journalist, revealed, did an expose on the LA Clippers, who had an illegal under-the-table deal with Kawhi Leonard to pay him $50 million for a company called Aspirations that did not exist. So it was a no-show job, and they can slide him $50 million under the table so that they could pay him more money without having to have it on the cap, without having to give him a max deal. So they were like, we'll give you this deal, but we'll slide you $50 million under the table, which is very illegal to do in the NBA, right? It is a backdoor deal that is, obviously not legal for obvious reasons, because teams like the Knicks would be like, well, we have all the marketing available. We have all of these opportunities here to allow you to make money off the court. We'll just hook you up with all of those people on backdoor deals, and then you can come. So we'll sign you for a $2 million deal, but all your money will really be paid on the backdoor over there. You should look it up. You didn't hear this, Mark? You should. There's been a ton of podcasts about it now, but the main one is from Pablo Torre. His podcast is called Pablo Torre Finds Out, in which he does investigative journalism to go around and dig up a lot of this stuff. He literally accumulated as much information as he possibly could, interviewed a ton of people, including people from the Invisible Aspirations Company, to put all the information together, and then put all the information out this summer. And so everybody is just like, oh man, they're going to come down hard for cap circumvention from the LA Clippers, which is highly illegal, obviously, because big markets like Los Angeles and New York would have the advantage when it comes to free agents. Just that said, Kawhi was a lumberjack for a tree company. Yeah, so apparently, part of the memos of the money he was getting was that he was planting trees. He never planted any trees. It was showing up to plant trees. He never showed up to plant any trees because that company doesn't really exist. It's all much better explained than I can right now, just off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've thought about it or anything. Mark said nothing from the NBA. Shocker. Yeah, nothing from the NBA. So realistically, they should come down hard and strip the Clippers of any picks they have, sanction them, and also void Kawhi's contract and make him a free agent. But they will not do that. They will not do that. This has happened in the league before. Cap circumvention, backdoor deals like this have been found out. Most notably, it happened with the Minnesota Timberwolves and Joe Smith back in the day. And what David Stern did was he came down hard. He took away their first-round picks for, I think, 3 to 5 years, something like that. For a multiple years, he took away their first-round pick, the Timberwolves, and he voided the Joe Smith's contract, which made him a free agent. But David Stern had backbone, and Adam Silver does not. So that is kind of where we're at. And I believe the last I heard about it is that there is expectation from people around the league of they're just going to, drag their feet on this investigation that they're doing and hope everybody forgets about it, and they're just kind of sweep it under the rug and not do anything about it. So that's kind of what's happening with the Kawhi situation. Mark said, now Giannis with Kalshi. That's another big thing that came up as well, Mark. A lot of stuff going on around the league. Adam Silver is going to do a live press conference. I don't know if it's going to be live, but he's going to do a press conference during the All-Star break. He does it every year. And I'm sure he's going to be asked a bunch of these questions. And I'll tell you this right now. The league has never been more on fire since the 80s. The league is on fire, it feels like right now. Just controversy after controversy after controversy. Rick Smith with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you. Oh, Rich. My bad, Rich. Rich Smith with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Said, good job. Love the commentary. Thank you, Rich. Thank you for your generosity tonight, man. Very, very much appreciated. Rose Pierce said that's why Kawhi never smiles, working hard on those playing fields. No. Just that said, Kawhi, to do that is greedy and scummy. We don't forget. I mean, the fans won't forget, but as long as he doesn't get pestered about that, especially from other owners, because Adam Silver ultimately answers to the owners. And as long as the 29 other owners aren't get Steve Ballmer out of here for trying to circumvent the cap that hard. Like $50 million is a lot of money to give. Like players have $50 million deals. To slide him $50 million under the table after Kawhi took a little bit less than the max with the Clippers, like that's a huge red flag. You literally are not supposed to be able to do that. There are rules in place to make sure that everything is a level playing field, and if you're allowing the Clippers to just throw backdoor $50 million deals to star players in order to retain them, then there are no rules in the NBA, really. Just that said, 80s a sack of Yayo fell out of a dude's sock and was the scandal. Yeah, all the drug scandals that went on in the 80s was, I think, the last time the league was really on fire. Like David Stern stepped in and started to clean up the league a little bit at that point. He came in, what was it, 84, right? Wasn't that the Jordan draft? Didn't he and Jordan come in at the same year? David Stern took over in 84. Jordan gets drafted in 84. That's how I kind of remember. I believe they came in the same year. And that's when the league started to get cleaned up. One, they had a marketable star in Jordan come into the league, and also David Stern started to clean up a lot of what was going on in the league with a lot of the drug use, a lot of the way teams were being run. He got a lot of bad owners out of the league. He allowed a lot of bad owners in the league, but, started to actually build the league up, introduced more teams into the league, got, expanded the league up to 30 teams, which is where we are now. Mark said Gilbert Arenas with guns in the locker room. Yeah, that was a big thing, but, David Stern came down hard and got him out of the league for multiple years. Both of them. Eamon Owens, what's up, Eamon? Real Art Manifest, what's up, Real Art? This feels like the year Larry Johnson brought us to the finals. It could be. It could be. We're not going over the box score. Let's go over the box score real quick. Jordan Clarkson played 6 minutes. Didn't do anything. Shout out Jordan Clarkson. Mo Diawara played 7 minutes. One more than Clarkson. Knocked down 2 threes. Snagged the rebound. A turnover. A steal. Did a little bit of everything. Was being effective out there. Shout out Mo Diawara. Jordan Clarkson, I'm going to need something out of you, or I'm calling Tyler Kolek's name every time you're in the game, brother. Come on, brother. Give us something. He had an open 3. He missed it. I get fluctuating minutes is difficult to deal with as an offensive player, but if the only thing you can provide is scoring and you can't do anything else on the court, then you might not be the guy to be the 9th man on this team. Get Tyler Kolek in there, Mike Brown. Jose Alvarado with 9 points, knocked down 3 threes. All of his shots coming from three-point range. He's 3 for 6 from three-point range. Also 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a turnover, a steal. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. It's no shocker that he is a plus 13. You guys know I don't like that stat right there, but it's no shocker. He is the best plus-minus off the bench. Mitchell Robinson, 7 points off the bench, 3 for 3 from the field. They're actually giving the ball to Big Mitch to score in scoring areas here tonight. He also knocked down a free throw. Shout out Mitchell Robinson. 4 rebounds, a turnover, but how many blocks? 4 credited blocks for Mitchell Robinson tonight. How many offensive rebounds? 2 offensive rebounds so far for Big Mitch. He's been phenomenal tonight. So is everybody else in the starting lineup. I mean, Brunson with 8, 3 and 3. Also with the 2 turnovers. Shamet with 4, 1, and 5 for Shamet. Everybody moving the ball. Look at the egalitarian assist numbers here for everybody. Towns with 4, Hart with 7, Bridges with 3, Shamet with 5, and Brunson with 3. Everybody getting on in the action. My goodness. Boom Pay said, I remember Wiggins and the Rockets had a bust regarding cocaine. Wiggins? I don't know about Wiggins. Jay Hammer said, yeah, if the league is on fire, who do we have instead of MJ, Larry, Magic, and Isaiah? You have Wemby, Flag. We'll see if, the guys coming in this next draft, they're supposed to be really good, but we'll see if they have the charisma of the guys like a Flag, or the marketability of a guys like a Flag, a Wemby. Edwards, is another guy who's going to realistically be seen as one of the guys to carry the torch of this league. Those are going to be the guys you pretty much rely on right now. Sons Jen said it does seem like some of the owners absolutely do not care. Yeah, there's no pressure being put on Adam Silver. I think a lot of them feel like Adam Silver just isn't really going to do anything, but it's a really bad look for the league. It's weird. It's just flat out weird. Mark said Brunson. I didn't want to name anybody over 26 or 27. Brunson is, 29 now? Almost 30 or whatever he is. So I didn't necessarily want to pick him. Like, even Maxey to me is like 25 years old, hasn't even made a conference finals yet. So I didn't even want to put Maxey's name in there, but Maxey could be another one of those guys. MEM said, nice first half. Now let's close the third quarter correctly. Let's go. Looking good, Knicks? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hoopy said 22 points from turnovers is insane. They have been hooping. Literally everything you want to see from the Knicks, they have been doing tonight. We can look at Philly real quick, but the only thing we only really have to look at is Tyrese Maxey. He's up to 19 points, 6 for 13 from the field. He's only 1 for 3 from three-point range. He's gone to the line for 7 free throw attempts already. He's only got 2 assists because none of his other teammates can make a shot. Trendon Watford's 2 for 6 and Dominic Barlow's 2 for 4. Outside of that, VJ Edgecombe's 3 for 9. But outside of those 3 guys, nobody else has made more than 1 shot, and most of them haven't made one. Edwards is 1 for 3. Drummond's 1 for 2. Bowen is 1 for 3. Oubre's 0 for 5, and he's 0 for 4 from three-point range. So, Naughty Ghost, also if the league doesn't do anything about the Clippers, they're going to have an MLB type problem. They're not there yet, but they could be on their way. They could for sure be on their way. I wanted to see. I wanted to see. These are the team stats, by the way. Knicks are 10 for 20 from 3 for 50% shooting, and the Philly is 2 for 15. My goodness. Maxey's made 1. I can't tell you off the top of my head who was the other guy who made a 3 tonight. I wanted to see, is it play-by-play? Is it the box score? Do I have to zoom out? Probably have to zoom out here. Actually, we could probably go here. And we could see Eric C. What's up, Eric C.? Darno said, if we move the ball, the refs can't call. Pretty true, pretty true. The Hornets seem to be handling the Hawks perfectly well here. 91-75. Cavs with the big-time lead over the Wizards going in the fourth. Magic trailing by 2 against the Bucks here early in the fourth. Celtics, big old lead against the Bulls. They're up by 30 themselves. Pacers, 10-point deficit to the 76ers, or to the Nets, excuse me. Pistons handling the Raptors no problem tonight, up by 15 at half. Rockets over the Clips so far. Timberwolves over the Blazers. We're starting our second half here. And then the Heat and Pelicans locked in a tight one. What did I want? I wanted to look at our Knicks score and just see the the quarter scores. They scored 36 points in the first and the second. 76ers only scored 19 in the second. So the defense has been locking up, but also Philly has just been bad. Philly's just been real bad. Here we go. Full court pressure here from the 76ers as the Knicks try to bring the ball down. Eric C. said, looks like the Pistons having worse luck tonight than I'm having hanging with my ex. Still trying, though. Oh, that's a great comment, brother. Towns, beautiful touch pass out there. Shaman for an open 3. Oh, my goodness. Karl-Anthony Towns. The processing is becoming so good from Karl-Anthony Towns. Just knows exactly what he needs to do. They show double team to Towns immediately. The second he touches the ball, he just swings it right back out to Shaman. A quick touch pass for an open 3. You'll love to see it. First play out of the break. First play out of halftime. Oubre gets it over to Edgecombe. He's going to fire 3. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. One of those nights they can't get a shot to go down. And the Knicks taking full advantage. They're up by 33 points. Brunson up top. Hesitation dribble. Beautiful. Down the lane. Takes it out. Josh Hart, left corner 3. They're trying to get 2 in a row. They can't. Fight for the rebound. Bridges knocks it into the air. Edgecombe picks it up. Quick outlet to Barlow. Barlow bringing it down. Oubre bringing it down. Excuse me. Takes it out to Edgecombe. And they call a travel on Oubre. And that's not how you want to start the half if you're the 76ers. Jay Hammer said Luka. I would say Luka. Luka is definitely in that category. I just don't think too many people like watching him play, honestly. I think he has a really unattractive style of play. Bridges has it up top. Cross-court pass to Josh Hart. They run him off the line. Josh Hart in the paint. Pump fakes. Throws up the floater. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Here comes Maxey bringing it down the other way. Maxey up top. Swings it over to Barlow. Hands it back off to Maxey. Being chased by Shamet. Josh Hart switches onto him. Dancing with his step back straightaway 3 for Maxey. Got it to go for Tyrese Maxey. The only guy who's had anything going for the 76ers tonight. Gave 3 points to the wrong side. It's 75-45. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Oubre. Brunson hands it off to Bridges. Bridges gets it back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left off a hard screen. Brunson on the left wing, crosses over to his right. Step back mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Maxey with the long rebound, bringing it down the other way. Maxey a pull-up three. Can't get that one to go. Maxey's going to start firing away from three. Towns a great rebound, quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson pushing the other way. Hit ahead to Shamit. Shamit on the right wing. Swings through, along the baseline. Pump fakes, gets it over to Towns. Behind the back pass to Bridges. Pass was a little off. Bridges saves it, pulls it out. Gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top. Bullet pass inside to Shamit. Shamit shoves it over to Bridges. Bridges gets fouled by Maxey for three. Bridges will go to the foul line for 3 free throws. We have 9:48 to go. We're under 10. Delano said our luck is going to be better when we get us another lucky Knicks foot on the 19th. You will be without Stewart and without Duren for that game, though, Delano. We'll see. We will see. Mark said the ball movement, it's been spectacular. It's been spectacular. There really isn't anything to complain about tonight, to nitpick at. I can't think of anything. I really can't. I think the processing from pretty much everybody involved tonight has been spectacular. Bridges knocks down the first two. He's got one more coming. You know, this is the kind of game the Knicks definitely needed after a disappointing loss to the Pacers. Just come in and just beat down the 76ers in Philly. Just beat them down, right? They're going to sit Embiid. They don't have Paul George. Just beat them down then. Okay. No Quinn Grimes. Okay. We're just going to beat you down. No OG Anunoby. No problem. Oubre on the left wing being guarded by Brunson. Gets it over to Maxey curling off the screen. Maxey steps back for a left corner three. Way off on that one. Battle for the rebound. And a loose ball foul on Shamit, I think. He and Bono were battling for the rebound. Jerome said our young boy is going to handle y'all, Jugger Cat and Captain Brunson, so we ain't worried. Should be a good game. It should be. Paul Reed's a good third-string big. You'll find ways, for sure. Detroit's too good. Oubre gets it over to Maxey. Maxey up top. Coming to his right. Down the lane. Kicks it inside to Barlow. Barlow steps through. Puts it up off glass. Got it to go for Dominic Barlow. We watched a game earlier in the season in which Dominic Barlow had a career night. And I think it was against the Orlando Magic, I think. And Dominic Barlow made them look terrible. They double-team Brunson. Gets it over to Towns. Towns kicks it out to Josh Hart. He's going to take the lane. Throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Gets his own offensive rebound and the putback. And the foul. And the foul. Literally, the Knicks can't do anything wrong tonight. Nick Yak's had a ton of assists. It is a ridiculous game tonight, Yak. It is a ridiculous game for sure. Literally, again, I don't even know what to nitpick at. I don't know what to nitpick at. Foompe said everybody getting touches, ball movement. You know, part of it is the Knicks have been spectacular offensively, but also part of it has been an absolute abysmal showing from the 76ers tonight. But you got to take advantage of nights like that, right? Don't even give them hope, and the Knicks have not. The lead's now up to 34. It's exactly what you want to do. Or Joshy Poo, he's hooping tonight. Joshy Poo's hooping tonight. Oubre has it in the post against Brunson. They swing it around. Barlow down the lane, spins to the lane. Got the scoop layup to go with the right hand. Barlow starting to get off a little bit here. Somebody actually trying to step up and help Maxey. Brunson has it on the right wing. Bridges coming over to set the screen. Brunson coming to his left. They swing it over to Hart. Hart gets it to Towns. Towns loses the handle. Bona picks it up, bringing it down the other way. Bona to the rim for the two-handed slam. Towns just mishandled the ball, slipped out of his hands. Bona was able to pick it up. 30-point game. 30-point game. Big-time steal and drive from Bona to cut the lead to 30. Towns up top, swings through to his left on Bona. Hands it off to Shamit. Shamit swings it out to Hart. Hart back to Shamit. Back to Brunson. Brunson up top being guarded by Oubre. Back to Shamit. Shamit driving to his right. Spins to his left. Gets stripped up on his own feet. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to Philly. Oubre on the right wing. Swings it over to Barlow. Back to Oubre. Oubre coming to his left. Now to his right, loses the handle, picks it up, spins, kicks it out to Barlow, going along the baseline. Shaman does a good job staying in front of him. He throws up a contested floater, and he gets it to go down anyway. Dominic Barlow finally stepping up here, and he cuts the lead from 30 down to 28. Brunson bringing it down against Edgecombe. Brunson gets it over to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left, spins back to his right. Oubre doing a good job staying in front of him. Crossing over to his right off the Towns screen. Over to Towns, rolling to the rim. Big one-handed hammer from Karl-Anthony Towns. The Knicks doing a phenomenal job of and the foul. And the foul. He's going to the foul line for one more. Knicks doing a phenomenal job of finding their big men rolling to the rim tonight. Multiple times they've done it. They found Robinson on the lob. They're finding Towns multiple times rolling to the rim tonight. Something that I think the Knicks have done a terrible job of the last 3 or 4 years was finding their big men rolling to the rim. AB said, how are the Knicks doing this? By being a good team, brother. I've been trying to tell you for forever. They are a good team. Towns at the foul line for one more. 30-point lead. Knocks the free throw down. Mark said, where has this cat been? I don't know, but if he's here to stay for, the stretch run at the end of the season here, I'll take it, right? I'll take a subpar start of the year or a fantastic flourish at the end. Maxey down the lane against Shamet, draws the foul, Landry Shamet. Maxey going to the foul line for 2. Approaching the halfway point of this third, 6:50 to go. AP, they just haven't done anything wrong tonight. They played fantastically, and, in combination with the 76ers playing terribly. But a lot of that also has to do with the fact that the Knicks have they shut their water off. The only guy to worry about is Tyrese Maxey, and they made his life very difficult tonight. He's still going to get his because that's Tyrese Maxey. He's always going to get his. He's a very good basketball player. 22 points, 7 for 16 from the field. He's just got fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2 more. 2 more free throws. But nobody else has been playing well. Barlow is just starting to go off, but they're trailing by 30, so they're not even playing, not like they're taking him that seriously. He's got 11 points, a rebound, and an assist. Troy Bannerman, what's up, Troy? Where can I find a hat like yours? You could probably, on the internet, type in chef's hat and then go to the shopping tab, and you can find one. I don't remember where I got this, but I think it's probably just an Amazon buy. I think. George said Knicks are Jekyll and Hyde. I think they've been very consistent these last, 11 or 12 games or so. Even last night against the Pacers, sometimes you just got to shake your hand against the opponent. Sometimes you just got to be like, damn, you played well tonight. Played really well. And you beat us. Beat us fair and square. And I think that ultimately was my takeaway from the Pacers game last night. They really wanted that one. Alana Mona said restaurant supply store. You could. I'm sure chef's hats are not hard to find. They're not hard to find. I think I got this on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I did. Madrasi, what's up, Madrasi? If we enter the playoffs fully healthy, we are absolutely dangerous. Not sure how we stand if certain players are out. Very true, very fair. I maintained all season long. Mark said, I ordered some merch. I did see that come through, Mark. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that. And good reminder, by the way. I should put it in the chat. For everybody. If you guys don't know, we have the official merch store up. I almost forgot the name of my own website. I'll put the link in the chat. I forgot to do it the other night, and we had like 1,000 people in the chat. But no worries. Put it in there, and we'll even pin it. Appreciate you guys. Yes, we have the merch store fully live now. I don't love it right now, but, you guys have been asking for it. So I said, Sons Gen said my order got shipped today. Appreciate you, Sons Gen. Thank you for that, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys have been asking for it, and I was kind of dragging my feet on it for a little bit because it's like a whole new platform thing that you gotta learn how to use. And I was just trying to learn it. So I got it up quickly, just what I had at the time. More products will be on the way, more designs will be on the way, more fabrics will be on the way to the store eventually. And of course, we'll make announcements. Chef's hats will be on the way. Nixon, appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Eric C said we need Chefy hats. Um, yes, the plan is I'll probably do a limited run of the chef's hat with a logo on it, just as a little bit of a trial run. Those have to be made in-house, so I will be making those. The other ones are from other sites that ship for you, that make the product for me, that ship it to you guys. They're called print-on-demand stuff, print-on-demand companies that you work with. You pick your products, you pick the design, and how you want it to look and whatnot. So more stuff will be on the way. It is really just, you guys have been asking for it. I've been dragging my feet on it. So if I get it up, then I know it's up there and it's working, and then we can work to improve it, work to improve the website, work to improve the merch, work to improve more of the products, get more stuff up there. So that's where we're at. George said, I'm going to get a chef's hat. Yes, sir, George. Yes, sir. I think everybody should have a chef's hat, whether you're a chef or not. I'm not a chef, and I got a chef's hat. Mark said, I hope you get a good cut of the profit. I get a decent cut. I wanted to make sure it was, it's from a separate supplier. So, if it was in-house, I would make more of the money. But I also didn't want to overprice it. It's just a regular T-shirt. It's just a Bella and Canvas T-shirt. It's just as Towns knocks down a floater. It's just a regular hoodie. It's a regular dad hat. So I didn't want to overprice it. I was like, you know what you're getting here, right? So I wanted to keep the price pretty low. So I'm making a decent amount, not a ton, but I'm making my cut for sure. For a guy who doesn't have to do any of the back end stuff, I'm making my cut. Maxey knocks down a deep three. You also knocked down the free throws, so it's 58-86. Josh Hart has it up top. Mark said prices are good. I even felt bad about putting it there, but I was like, it makes sense. $20 for a T-shirt makes sense in today's market, I guess. I could have gone higher. I went around and looked at other Knicks content creators' stores to get a gauge on what the prices should be. I was like, God damn, their price is kind of high. I was like, I'm paying no $40, $50 for a sweater. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? But, I think my ultimate goal with the store is to eventually be able to get to a point where we can make our own products in-house. One, I'd be able to keep the cost lower, but two, it would also allow me to keep control of the quality as well. Right now, I have no control over the quality, so I hope everything works out for you guys. If it doesn't, absolutely let me know, and I'll definitely work something out with you. Karan Clark, I love your authenticity. Appreciate you, Karan. Appreciate you. I mean, I'm not doing anything special, is how I always feel about it. Bridges fires a three, can't get it to go. I'm not doing anything special. I hit the go live button, and we talk about basketball for 3 hours. Edgecombe runs right through Brunson, and they give him a blocking foul? It's definitely a charge. Challenge that, Mike Brown. Challenge that. Yeah, I hit the go live button. We talk about basketball for 3 hours. I'm not reinventing the wheel here, right? I always say all the time, I don't know more than you. You don't know more than me. We're simply just fans watching a game and debating about it. Dorno said the Knicks are wise when they on the rise, sit back and relax. The Knicks don't use their challenge there. Edgecombe knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. We are 4:30 to go here. Stop the timer. Diawara comes in. Robinson comes in. Clarkson comes in. Brunson and Bridges remain out there. Mark said we're a fam, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is why I would never, which is why the membership tier is simply just a support tier for now. And even when we upgrade it, when I add more tiers eventually, because I do have a plan to add more tiers to give you guys more content eventually, I'm going to keep the prices as low as possible. I think paying, $10 a month, even though that's not a lot of money, but isn't Netflix 16 or 18 or something like that? Clarkson tries to hand it off to Brunson, gets kicked out of bounds. I'm I'm definitely not giving you a Netflix quality amount of content here. So people who ask for $15, $20 a month without giving the requisite amount of content, it would be different if you were given the requisite amount of content. Some creators do, as Maxey crosses over and gets a dunk. It's a 24-point game, by the way. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion on how all of the content, the back-end business side of this works. The money will come eventually, but I'm not trying to siphon the community out of you guys' money. The money should come from other people. Mark said, can we get some chefy emojis in the chat? We are for sure going to be working on that. A lot of stuff like that is like, I'm not much of an artist in the sense of like drawing or artwork or anything like that. So a lot of that stuff I have to commission out to other people to get that kind of stuff done. We should definitely be able to get Chef's Hat in the chat, though. I should be able to get that done for you. So I will be working on that. As a matter of fact, let me write that down. That is something I have slacked on. It just, the kind of thing that flew out of my mind, especially with something as important as the merch to get out first. But I am going to have time now because of the All-Star break. But I have something big I want to work on during the All-Star break, so we'll see if we're going to be able to get it done. Rafael Torres says, we're winning this game. I mean, the lead is down to 24 now. Don't love that. Good timeout from Mike Brown. Let's keep it going. Okay, Hayes said, Clarkson, you need to try at least. I don't know why we still got Clarkson out there, man. Put Tyler Kolek in. By the way, Charles Bassey is in the game. I think Nick Nurse is just looking for energy. Somebody to give him energy. Ron Clarkson, my dad always said the faster nickel is better than the slower dollar. Yeah. I mean, the last thing I want to do is feel like the community is being financed by the community. There's other ways to finance this community, right? Going to be reaching out to companies for, sponsorships and brand deals and stuff like that. So we'll see how that works out. I could very easily reach out to a gambling company and get one tomorrow because they sponsor everybody. As a matter of fact, I've gotten a couple emails from them, and you guys know how I feel about gambling. You do what you want with your money, but I'm not going to tell you guys to spend your money on gambling. I'm not going to advertise to you guys to spend your money on gambling. You can do what you want with your money. I'm not going to tell you how to spend it. But I also won't tell you guys it's a good idea to spend it on gambling. You make that decision for yourself. George said, give yourself more credit. I give myself enough credit. Right? Right? I'm very proud of what we've created so far. I am. I like where we've gotten to. I mean, we can go back to where it started. I know a lot of you guys weren't here for the very, very, very beginning. But we can literally go all the way back. And you can see I started a couple of 2K streams. And then the first one was 3 years ago. And this is what it looked like. This is what the live stream looked like. Clarkson open three. Can't get it to go. Maxey with the rebound out and running. 1-on-1 against Brunson and Clarkson. It's blocked by Clarkson. This is what the streams look like. This is what they used to look like. I used to sit in front of a green screen and we would talk about the game. Nothing on the screen, no graphics, nothing. Right? This is how I used to keep the scoreboard active. That's it. It was terrible. Lighting is bad. Look at the lighting. There is no lighting. Almost no lighting. Albert said he was also skinnier. Hey, come on, brother. We just passed the holidays and my birthday. Let me chill. I'm working on it. I'm back in the gym. So I'm proud of where we came from. To me, this was always a bad setup. I always wanted to improve this setup, but there was no community. I was literally streaming to like maybe 3 people, and one of them was me on a separate account. So I like where we've gotten from. Mitchell Robinson misses a free throw, by the way. All right, let's get back in the action because the 76ers have cut it to 22. Get back in the action. James Cooker said, you look like Melo? I don't think I look like Melo. Maybe we got. No, I don't think we look like Melo. What else is said? Are we live on the NBA All Star game? Maybe. I'll see how I feel about it going into that night. But man. Robinson does knock down the second one. So he's 50% from the foul line. Like I said, I'll take it. I'll take 50%. Mixed up by 23. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's been a while since we covered the game because it was such a blowout. But now the 76ers are back in it. Fight for the rebound after a Wofford missed floater. Here comes Alvarado off the rebound. Hit ahead to Hart. Hit ahead to Clarkson. Clarkson back up top to Alvarado. And they're going to hack a Robinson. They're going to hack a Robinson now. Just that's it. Could have used Mitch last night. Yeah. Not being able to play in back-to-backs does hurt. But, mentality has to be April, May, and June over February, right? Unfortunately. Miss Mar, what's up, Miss Mar? When was your birthday? In January. Right? So, and the Super Bowl just passed, and I ate terribly for the Super Bowl. Robinson misses the first free throw. He's got another one coming. So, now that everything is behind us, we can move forward and get back in shape. Definitely let myself go. I think I weighed myself the other day, and I was 8 pounds heavier. I definitely gained a ton of weight recently. But, in the Northeast here, man, it's been cold. And Robinson knocks down another free throw. He keeps splitting them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Big Mitch. So we are under 3 to go. 2:30 to go now. Maxey up top coming to his right. He sees a double team. Tries to get it out. Knocked out of bounds. Josh Hart can't save it. Mark said no chicken for you. Yeah, the crowd was up on their feet. If a player misses 2 free throws in a row, then the crowd gets, the audience in the arena gets free chicken. I don't know if it's a chicken sandwich or chicken nuggets or whatever kind of promotion they're doing. They get free chicken. Robinson, twice in a row, has missed the first one, but then made the second one, ripping the chicken right away from them. They get it into Edgecombe up top, being guarded by Clarkson. Coming to his left. They get over to Maxey, driving it down, loses the handle on the ball, saves it. Robinson knocks it out of the air. Edgecombe picks it up, puts it up from 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Josh Hart with a big, strong rebound, bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart with 6, 7, and 9, by the way. Alvarado, a pull-up 3. Line me up. Jose Alvarado, his 4th made 3 of the game. And quickly, Edgecombe pushing the other way and split Clarkson and Josh Hart for the 2-handed slam. They trade 3s for 2s. Knicks with a 25-point lead. And they're going to Hacker Robinson again with 2:01 to go. That is the last time they could go to Hacker Robinson. All right, Mitch. Now you knock down 2. Now you completely make them feel silly by knocking down both free throws here, Big Mitch. Come on. You know I got faith in you, Mitchell Robinson. George said they should pay Shaq to work with Mitch. I would not pay Shaq to work with anybody on any kind of basketball skills. And it's not because Shaq wasn't a very good, skilled basketball player, but it's because Shaq has physical tools that nobody else in the NBA has ever had. He was 7'1", a physical athletic beast, and was just bigger and stronger than everybody. And so when push came to shove, he could also just, as he knocks down the first one, yes, sir, like I said, now you knock down both and completely make them feel like fools for putting you at the foul line, big dog. Here we go. Amy said, 8 pounds, you seem so fit with the clothes. Why worry? I'm not worried about anything, but I'm 8 pounds heavier than what and Robinson knocks down both, like I said. Yes, sir, Mitch. And he gives them the quiet down to the crowd with a big smile on his face. I love Mitch Robinson, man. I love Big Mitch. I'm not worried about my weight, but I am not in my normal weight that I'm usually on. I'm in the Northeast, so it's very cold outside, and every winter I put on weight. Every winter. Edgecombe pull-up 3 over Josh Hart. Can't get it to go. Good box out and rebound from Robinson. I'm in full hibernation mode come wintertime. Alvarado down the lane, kicks it out to Clarkson. Clarkson driving to his right, putting his head down, attacking in the lane, throws up a tough contested floater. Got it to go down over Wofford. JC with his first basket of the night, and it's back up to 29. Just like that. You love to see it. I forgot to restart the timer again. Over a minute to go. Robinson picks up a foul. Maxey's going to go back to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Emotional Emotionless artist. What's up, Emotionless? I need VJ for 1-3 for 3K. Am I cooked? We'll see if he plays in the fourth quarter here. He is now out of the game, so we'll see. As you can see, he is now out of the game. We will see. We will see. Lanamona said keep them under 100. Yeah, they got 1 minute and 20 seconds to go here in the third. We'll see how much Maxey plays in the fourth. Maxey splits the free throws, missed the first, makes the second, 97-69. Brunson bringing it down, has it up top, crosses over, swings it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to Clarkson. Clarkson down the lane, flips it up again, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. There you go, JC. That's exactly what we asked for. Bruce Fowler said even JC is scoring. Yes. He just knocked down a floater, and now he's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Troy Carolina, what's up, Troy? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Mark said, does Maxey have 68 points tonight? It's definitely felt that way. He almost has half of their points. He's got 30 of their 69 points. He almost has half of their points. And we're going into the fourth quarter after a minute here. Clarkson knocks down both. 99-69, and a 30-point lead is back for the New York Knicks. Here comes Trendon Watford. Watford has it up top. And a foul on Alvarado. Off ball. Trying to hang on to Maxey. He was running off some screens. George said, extensive garbage time. I hope we get a lot of Mo Diawara in this fourth quarter. Maybe we won't, who knows, but I need me some Mo. He has quickly risen the rankings of my favorite players on this team. You guys know I have an affinity for rookies. I just, tend to latch on to the young guys in terms of rooting for their development. It's one of my favorite things to watch over the course of a season and over the course of a career is to watch a young player figure it out and put things together. And you can almost see game by game them getting better. We have seen that almost verbatim so far here this season with Mo Diawara. The confidence is growing. The play is growing. How good he is overall has been growing all season. Maxey knocks down both free throws. Clarkson has it on the right wing. We only have 50 seconds to go, but if I had to rank them, it's Mitchell Robinson is my favorite player in the league. I mean, my favorite player on the Knicks. Not even close. Followed by McBride, and I think followed by Mo Diawara now. Clarkson down the lane gets blocked. I think Mo Diawara is now solidly in third. Lana Mona said, play the bench in the fourth. We'll see how long any of the starters, if they do, how long any of the starters play here come fourth quarter time. Alvarado lobs it into Robinson, hands it back off to Alvarado. Alvarado has to double clutch for the three and draws a foul. Bad foul for Maxey. Alvarado double clutched. I think the bench just nodded him like, yeah, you fouled him. So Alvarado's at the foul line for 3 free throws. Jose Alvarado, an incredible night. He's hit 4 threes. All of his shots come from three-point range tonight. He's 4 for 7 from 3. And now he knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming, or 2 more coming. Alvarado misses the second free throw. Come on, Jose. You got to knock down your free throws, brother. Alvarado knocks down the third one. He goes 2 for 3 from the foul line there. Ooh, going to the wrong side, my bad. Back to a 30-point game. 101-71. Maxey, left wing. Robinson knocks the ball loose. Maxey picks it back up. Josh Hart's there. Has to swing it over to Edwards. Edwards driving it down on Alvarado. Pulls it back out. Swings it back over to Maxey, being guarded by Hart. Dancing with it. Step back deep. 30-footer. Can't get it to go. Brunson, good boxing out and rebound. Good boxing out and rebounding from everybody. Brunson able to snag it. And 15 seconds to go. Brunson has it up top. Brunson's going to dance with it. They show 2. They get it over to Alvarado. Beats the defense. Swings it out. Wide open Jordan Clarkson for a 3. Line me up. Jordan Clarkson. Another assist for Jose. Maxey will push it. That should be his final shot of the game, a 40-footer at the end of the buzzer. Can't get it to go. 104-71, a 33-point lead going into the fourth quarter for the New York Knicks. All right. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to trust our coaching staff and say that our starters don't play in the fourth quarter here, right? The Knicks have a 33-point lead. I'm going to trust that our starters don't play in the fourth quarter here. In order for that to happen, none of them have to come out to start the fourth, obviously, right? The only time I could see them playing is to start the fourth. But and the reason why I'm saying that is because let's go over the box scores now, because this should be the final box scores of the night for our New York Knicks. Towns, 21, 9, and 5. He only took 1 3 tonight, but he knocked it down. Okay, Cat. Okay, I see you, brother. The way to knock down the 1 3 you took, as long as you're knocking them down. Josh Hart, 6, 7, and 9. If this were a more competitive game, he'd be on triple-double watch. He is not going to reach triple-double status here tonight unless he plays in the fourth quarter, and I don't want him to. Mikal Bridges with 22 tonight. He had 19 in the first half. Could have had 20, but missed a layup. And he only scored 1 3-point make or just 3 points. I don't know if he made the 3 in this half here, but he didn't, because he had 1 made 3 in the first half. 1 for 5 from 3-point range. Not even a good shooting night for Mikal from the perimeter, but the mid-range shot went down. The layups went down for Mikal Bridges for the most part. Just that said, how is that comic? Sad? I finished the comic the other night. It was sad. I didn't think it was the greatest thing in the world. I was actually a little let down. I probably had too high of expectations going in with it. It's a very good comic, but it wasn't as good as I had hoped it was going to be. It was just solid. It was just good. It was well written. I liked a lot of the symbolism and a lot of the subtext that was in the comic. I thought it was very well written, very well drawn. But I don't know. I think people over-exaggerated how sad it is because it's a story about characters dealing with depression. But I don't think depression is sadness. I think that's a big misnomer when people think about depression. Depression is not always sad. Sadness could be a part of depression, but there are very happy people who are also depressed. And I do think that the comic depicted that extremely well. They depicted that extremely well. Multiple characters in it. Hoopian said, feels so weird to book talk when we're winning. That's what book talk is about, to blow out. It is not an interesting game for the remainder of the way. It is the Knicks, so we will stay live for the entirety of the game, as always. Usually if it's another team, game's over early, we'll end the stream early. But when it's the Knicks, we'll go live to the very, very end. Mark said, what's the comic? I wish I had it down here with me, but it's over in the other room. It's called Goodnight Poon Poon. I could show you right now. You can just pull it up, an image of it. There are 7 volumes. This is volume 1. So it's a coming-of-age story. Moran said, I'm reading right now and listening. Appreciate you, Moran. It's a coming-of-age story. And it follows this character as he is a child and grows up and becomes an adult, and how his life turns out. Towns, Bridges do come out to start the fourth, by the way. So that's kind of what it's about. And it's sad. He doesn't have a great home life. Parents aren't great. All of the things like that. I don't want to spoil it if you guys want to check it out or read a synopsis on it. But Alvarado gets under the rim, kicks it out to Awado and Diawara. Extra pass to Bridges, extra pass to Alvarado. They reward Alvarado, and he rewards them by knocking it down. I love it. Edgecombe got a layup on the other end, by the way. 107-73. He got 17 points tonight. If he would have had this in the Garden last night, ooh, brother. I will say, though, my plan tonight, because I've been getting into the habit as the Knicks force a turnover, I've been getting into the habit of reading every single night. So I finished reading the book, Mo Diawara 3, can't get it to go. I finished reading the book, The Stranger, and then I went right into reading the comic, and I think the next book I'm going to read is Frankenstein. I think I'm going to read Frankenstein tonight. I'm going to start it. Alvarado comes up with the steal after the Knicks missed the shot. That's what Jose Alvarado does. Clarkson driving to his right down the lane, gets stripped, but fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Just that's its stat pad. Towns did get a rebound to give him the double-double. He had 9 at the end of 3 quarters. He got 1 rebound to get the double-double. 21, 10, and 5 is a pretty great stat line for Towns here tonight. 8 for 13 from the floor as well. Bridges with 17. Bridges with 22. Alvarado with 17. And Clarkson at the foul line for 2 now. Knocks the first one down. He's got another one coming. Moran said I was going to read Frankenstein eventually. I've always wanted to read Frankenstein. Figured might as well. I'm in the reading mood. Barlow has it up top. It's either that or maybe I'll pick something else out tonight. But Frankenstein's a pretty quick read. It's not going to take me long. At least the version I have. Beauchamp a 3 and throws up an air ball again. His second airball 3 here tonight. Alvarado dancing with the ball, driving to his left. Tries to throw a cross-court pass, but it hit the rim. And then Alvarado comes up with another steal. Diawara back to Alvarado. Oh, he's feeling it. Oh, he's feeling it. Give him 20. Give him a 20 ball for Jose Alvarado. Here's your welcome to the Knicks moment, brother. And the Knicks up by 38 points. Beauchamp kicks it in the corner. Oubre an open 3. He can't get it to go. Towns another rebound. Quick outlet to Alvarado. Alvarado leaves it off of Bridges. Bridges in the paint. Got nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Alvarado. Oh, he's feeling it. Oh, he's feeling it. Oh, he's feeling it. Oh, he's really feeling it. What's his career high from 3? He's got to be close to it. A 41-point lead, by the way. 114-73. Edgecombe down the lane. Misses the layup. Bona the rebound. He gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. Jose Alvarado, 23 points tonight. The Knicks' leading scorer after that 3. Rubian said he did say he could shoot. He did say he could. He did try to let the league know I can shoot. And he is definitely letting them know tonight that he could shoot. I think all of his shots have come from 3 tonight. I think he's 7 for 10 from 3. Let's look at it. Bona's at the foul line for 2. Alvarado is, all of his shots from 3. He's 7 for 10 from 3 tonight. 7 made 3s. What is Alvarado's career high in 3s? Jose Alvarado, career high. Threes made. Leeway Shields of Leeway. 8. His career high is 8 made 3-pointers. All right, he's 1 away from tying it. Porty and McCullough come in, and that's going to wrap it up for the Knicks starters. They're up by 40. Well, Bona knocked down both of his free throws, so it's 39. Alvarado, another 3, he misses it. He misses that one. He's feeling it. A little bit of a heat check from Alvarado. Heat check. He deserves it. He deserves it. What's his career high in points? So we know. I am assuming like 30-something. They say 38. Wow, 38 from Alvarado. That's pretty crazy. Barlow down the lane, knocks down the lefty layup over McCullough. Tyler Kolek is in the game. All right, where's my mouse? There we go. All right, so we have Diawara, Hugporty, Alvarado, McCullough, and Kolek. Diawara knocks down another 3, by the way. My guy Mo Diawara is 3 for 5 from 3. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Good defense from Hugporty. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Kolek picks it up. Outlet to Alvarado. Who gets defensive player of the game tonight? Because everybody's been very good defensively. Shamet? I think Shamet's been very good defensively. Alvarado's been good defensively. Swing pass out to Kolek for a 3. Can't get it to go. And Alvarado comes up with another steal. You can see him eyeing it all the way down the court. He's going to fire another 3. Comes up short on that one. He is feeling it tonight. And he comes up with another steal. Jose Alvarado gets it over to Huck. Huck kicks it out to Diawara. Diawara, line me up. Line me up. Oh, Diawara. Oh, we are having fun. Oh, we are having fun. Jose Alvarado. Mo Diawara. Nothing. Nothing going right for Philly. Everything going right for the Knicks. Kolek bringing it down. Swings it out to Mo. Mo back to Kolek. Kolek extra pass. Alvarado tie the career high. He ties the career high. 8 made 3-pointers for Jose Alvarado tonight. Are you kidding me tonight? The Knicks are running this score up. Alvarado's made 4 threes in this fourth quarter, by the way. Wofford can't score on Mo Diawara. Excellent defense by Big Mo. Outlet pass to McCullough. McCullough's going to pull it out. Takes it up top to Alvarado. Over to Kolek. Kolek an open right wing 3. He can't get it to go. My goodness. My goodness. Edwards pump fakes down the lane. Foul line pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Diawara, big strong rebound. 7 minutes to go. I assume that's going to end the night for Jose Alvarado, who's got 26 points here tonight. The Knicks starters on the bench clapping it up for Big Jose. Chance in Philly tonight for Jose. Alvarado bringing it down. He has it up top. What a performance, y'all. Alvarado swings it over to Diawara. Diawara dancing with it, coming to his left, blows past the defense, gets blocked by Wofford. Diawara wanted a foul. He doesn't get it. He's going to stay here with the Knicks, though. Hoobie and Leon Rose is on point, getting GTA. It was as good as they can do. It was as good as they can do. Dylan Jones is at the scores table. We got a timeout here from the Knicks to get Jose Alvarado out of the game, most likely. But what a game. What a game. 122-77. Moran said, what's his jersey number? Jersey number is 5. He is GTA 5. He couldn't be GTA 6 because 6 is retired across the league. Daniel Dash, what's up, Daniel? What happened to Philly tonight? Philly without Embiid, without Paul George, without Quinn Grimes. But you shouldn't get beat this bad, right? The Knicks have just taken it to them. The Knicks have played an excellent game, and Philly's played a very bad game. The only guy who had anything going tonight was Tyrese Maxey, and and they made it hard on him, right? So, Mark said we got GTA 5 before GTA 6. We did. We got another iteration of GTA 5 before GTA 6. Relic said, who wore 6? Bill Russell. So when Bill Russell passed away, the NBA retired the number 6 jersey across the entirety of the league. I think the last guy who is ever going to be able to wear number 6 is Jalen Williams on the Thunder. Not all-star Jalen Williams, big man Jalen Williams off the bench. He wears number 6. He's grandfathered in, so he's allowed to keep number 6. But nobody else will ever be allowed to wear number 6. MBM said, appreciate the call. Man, am I glad. Tonight is what makes me glad I get to hang out with you guys to do these games, man. Really, really. Like, it's a celebration. Like, if I was watching this game by myself, what would I be doing? I'd probably be scrolling on my phone, have it on a second monitor maybe, maybe have it on my phone while I'm on the computer doing something, or whatever the case may be, because the game is over. But instead, we get to hang out and celebrate Alvarado, big threes and steals, Diawara threes. We get to celebrate it still. We still get to watch the game. I get to hang out with the Knicks fans. MEM said about to hit the gym, great win. It definitely the kind of win that makes you just want to go do something productive, right? Want to go do something productive after this game. Joe said after 2 games in a row, no breaks, and they blow out a team this bad. Yeah, also the fact that the Knicks were on the second night of a back-to-back and an overtime game last night, you would think Philly would put up more of a fight. It has been an absolute wash from almost the jump ball. Actually, kind of from the jump ball, it's been a little bit of a wash, right? Amy said, not me, it's almost 10. I'm with you, Amy. I'm with you. I think we were in the same time zone. It's 9:47 for me. I'm still, like, I feel good. I feel energized after this win tonight. I'm going to take my book. I'm going to go read. That's how I'm going to celebrate. Lana Mona says someday they will retire 8 and 24 as well. Iowara is going to fire another 3. Line me up. Can't get that one to go. I would have popped off for there, but Jose Alvarado is officially out of the game. He is on the bench. Dylan Jones is in the game. Shout out Dylan Jones. Big fan of Dylan Jones. Hopefully he works out for the Knicks. Two-way guy that they recently signed. Who is in there for Philly as well? They got Wofford, Beauchamp, Dalen Terry. They just signed Dalen Terry, the guy the Knicks traded Yabusele for, and then traded for Jose Alvarado. Dalen Terry then got waived by the Pelicans and got picked up by the 76ers. Shout out Dalen Terry, who's now 0 for 1 from the floor. Johnny Broom, rookie Johnny Broom, is in the game along with Justin Edwards. Dylan Jones dancing with it, driving in, step back, mid-range fall away. Way off on that one. McCullough picks up the loose ball after Huck Porty knocked it loose. And the Knicks continue to score. It's 124-77. Relic said crazy score, insane score. Absolutely, absolutely. Rog D guy said Mo is shooting with great confidence, and the shot looks so smooth. It does. It does. The Knicks forced another turnover. Let's go around the league. Score is officially, game has been officially done for a long time here, but we are past the halfway point of this game. So we're just going to let it ride. We're going to keep it going. And McCullough gets a layup. It's 129-77, so it's a 42-point lead right now for the Knicks. My goodness, they're beating them down. My goodness. Dalen Terry, a 3. Can't get it to go. Let's go around the league, because this game's over. Pacers are about to knock off the Nets. Yes, sir! I love the Pacers winning here. Obviously, I did not want them to win against the Knicks, but silver lining, folks, silver lining of the Pacers winning is they may cheat themselves out of a lottery pick here. So they traded the lottery pick for Ivica Zubac, but it's top 4 protected. So if the Pacers end up, as Kolek misses a mid-range fall away, if the Pacers end up with like the 5th, 6th, or 7th pick in the draft because they keep on winning games, even though they sat all their starters tonight, the Nets tanked even better than the Pacers did. And now the Pacers pick up a victory. If the Pacers end up with the pick in between 5 to 9, that pick goes to the LA Clippers. So silver lining, if there were ever one to find in a very terrible loss that the Knicks had, it is that maybe the Pacers cheat themselves out of a pick because of it. I love it. I love it. Nick Yak said, great way to end before the break. For Mitch, 5 of 8 from free throws. Absolutely, yeah. Great call out with the Mitchell Robinson free throws as well. He scored in double figures tonight. Everybody got buckets. Mo Diawara, a bump euro, and he kicks it out at the last second. They swing it around. McCullough, straightaway 3, got blocked. Larry, what's up, Larry? Is that the Knicks' record for threes in a game? How many does he have? If you're talking about Alvarado tied his career high with 8 made threes. As far as the Knicks go, the game's over, so we could just do this now. The Knicks have made how many threes tonight? 19. No, I believe their record is like 27 or something as a team. So not close as a team. But Philly only being 4 for 26 from 3 is an absolute killer. My goodness. They have 83 points with 3:30 to go. The Knicks should be perfectly good holding them under 100 today. Now it's all about holding them under 90. All about holding them under 90. Dylan Jones is at the foul line for 2. I love that the Pacers beat the Nets tonight. I love it. I love it. Cheat yourselves out of a pick, Indiana. We'll go over the standings in a second here. Looks like the Pistons are going to pull it off against the Raptors. They're up by 19 here. Clippers and Rockets locked in a tight one. If I could step out of the way, that'd be great, right? Timberwolves up by 12 on the Blazers going into the 4th. Heat Pelicans. Heat with an 11-point lead going into the 4th. Thunder beating down the Suns. What's going on with the Suns? Are they sitting their guys? I thought the Suns were back. I thought they were healthy. The Jazz beating up on the Kings. We'll see if the Jazz actually win a game today, or if they play their guys beyond the third quarter. Beauchamp finally knocks down a 3. Suns Jen said, Suns without Booker, Green, Grayson Allen, looking like they're going to get steamrolled. Why would they do that? Management stuff? Playing against the Thunder before the break? Extra pass from Diawara over to McCullough. Swings it over to Kolek. Just take that 3, McCullough. Kolek, beautiful move down the lane. Lefty layup, got it to go. And an offensive foul on Huck Porty. So it's going to wipe away the layup. Okay, Hayes, is that our ex-Nick, Terry? It is our ex-Nick. It is our ex-Nick. Dalen Terry is in the game. Got waived by the Pelicans and picked up by the Sixers. The Grizzlies Nuggets, 11-point lead for the Nuggets. They should not have a ton of issues beating the tanking Grizzlies after they traded their important pieces. Only guy left there is Ja. The Hornets did end up being the Hawks, but the Hawks had a rallying comeback. 32-21 fourth quarter, but the Hornets able to hang on, win by 3. They improved to 26-29, tying the Hawks in the win column. Wow, and the Hawks dropped to 26-30. They're actually ahead of them in the standings now. Wow, look at Charlotte go, jumping Atlanta. Let's look at the standings. The Cavs did end up wiping the floor with the Wizards, to be expected. The Bucks beat the Magic. That's a tough loss for the Orlando Magic, who are just finally starting to get back healthy. Celtics did end up beating the Bulls by 19, and the Pacers did officially beat the Nets by 115-110, beat them by 5. Larry said, get bench players playing time, good for experience. Yep, and that's why they're out there majority of the fourth quarter here. Look at the standings. So the Knicks and the Celtics will pick up victories tonight. So the Knicks will go into the All-Star break as the 3rd seed, sitting at 35-20. Stand over here now. The Knicks at 35-20. They will be at the end of today. Philly will drop to 30-24. Orlando dropped to 28-25 after the loss. Miami will improve to 29-27. Charlotte jumps Atlanta to the 9 seed. Look at Charlotte go. They're 2 games behind Miami. Daniel Dash said, it sucks no one wanted Ja. Do you reckon he is a buyout candidate? No, he's not a buyout candidate. Not at all. Not at all. Players like John Moran do not get bought out, brother. 1, their contracts are too big, and 2, he could just get traded in the offseason when more teams will be available to trade with. And they will have more assets to trade with. And now the Grizzlies know what his value is, so they will go into the offseason knowing what their options are. As far as the West goes, Minnesota struggling to hold on to a top 6 seed here. Phoenix right behind them, but Phoenix getting destroyed by the Thunder. The Spurs, 37-16. Lakers sitting at 32-21. Clippers are still holding on to that play-in seed. And it looks like they'll get there. They'll be a play-in team. They'll make the playoffs here. They'll probably, I believe that'll end up being, even if they don't make it, even if they don't make it, it'll still be either the 13th or the 15th pick in the draft. So as long as they continue to win games and hover around 500, they won't give the Oklahoma City Thunder a big lottery pick this year. Thank goodness. That's a top seed, get a bye? Hornets versus Pistons is at 8-1. Would be fun. It would be extremely fun. Nick Jackson, I'm looking at Pacom. He has been playing better last few games. I mean, they're all in garbage time. Is he in the game right now? Dadier's not in the game. Yeah, I'd look to probably get Diawara out of the game now. He's a part of the rotation, right? Or not look to have a rotation guy in the game at this point. There's only 2:30 left. The fact that Diawara doesn't get in there in these minutes is extremely troubling. But Hug Porty comes in and snags the rebound. And here comes Mo Diawara bringing it down the other way. Full head of steam. Pulls it out. Swings it out to Kolek. Extra pass to Dylan Jones. Gets blocked by Johnny Broom. Dylan Jones gets the 3-point shot back. Dancing with it against Broom. Jones swings it out to Diawara. Diawara with the shot clock winding down. Hezzy Poole can't get it to go for Mo. In and out, though. Rose Pierce said, rumors say that the All-Star game is like a regular training day on the court. Just relaxing. Talking soothing here, there, making jokes, and Adam Silver gives the trophy to the Most Lebowski. The All-Star game has been incredibly unwatchable the last couple of years, and I mostly blame Adam Silver for it. So this is the Knicks' last game. As far as tomorrow goes, we could talk about it real quick here. As far as tomorrow goes, the schedule sucks. I looked at it earlier today, thinking about what are we going to do tomorrow. The schedule sucks. You got Bucks Thunder with no Giannis. Gross. You got Trailblazers Jazz at 9, and then the late game is the best game, but it's got the Lakers, and the Lakers are on the ban list, and it's also a 10 p.m. start time. So it is the last game we'll have. Do we just do both? It's the last time we'll be able to hang out. Realistically, if I don't end up doing the All-Star games, which I think right now I'm leaning towards not doing them, but maybe we will, who knows? Depends how I'm feeling this weekend. But, I have a busy weekend pretty lined up, knowing that we were going to be off. Dylan Jones gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. But do we just do Bucks Thunder and then we do Mavs Lakers? Do we do both of them? Do we do both games? Cover as much basketball tomorrow as possible because we probably won't see each other for another week? What do you think? What do you think? That's kind of where my plan is right now. My plan is to do both. Dylan Jones is at the foul line, by the way. These are his first points? No. All of them coming from the foul line, though. Going to knock down this next one. 133-89 with a minute to go. I'm loving it. Can the Knicks keep them under 90? Can they keep them under 90? Joe said, I don't want to wait a week to see you. Dylan Jones comes up with this deal. We might do All-Star, something during All-Star weekend. But, nice speed inside the Huck 40 for a slam. Daniel Dash said, do the Blazers, please. The Blazers are playing the Jazz, and I don't have any interest in playing the Jazz, unfortunately. Sorry, Daniel. Unfortunately, the Jazz have become unwatchable. And an air ball from Beauchamp, his third air ball to 3. His NBA career might be over, man. Not looking like an NBA player. He might have to go overseas to continue his professional playing career. But, man, you got 3 airballed threes tonight, brother. It's a rough look. And it looks like the Knicks are going to be able to keep him under 90. Diawara another 3. Diawara another 3 for Mo Diawara, baby. Another 3. My goodness. Daniel Dash, Trailblazers. We're not going to do the Trailblazers, not because I don't want to watch Trailblazers. I do want to watch Trailblazers, but I don't want to watch the Jazz. Trendon Watford a 3. He misses it. Dylan Jones with the rebound, and that's going to do it, and the Knicks hold him under 90. And Dylan Jones grabbed the rebound and pumped his fist. He pumped his fist, and to me, that tells me that I think he wanted, and the Knicks that were on the court wanted to hold him under 90. That's what that tells me. I'm with it. Nick Yak said, our centers were great tonight. Yeah, Robinson was great. Towns was great. I think everybody was great tonight, Yak. I can't find something to nitpick at. I really can't. Brunson ended the night with 8 points, and nobody cares because it was that kind of game. Towns with 21 and 11. 21, 11, and 5. Only 2 turnovers for Towns, by the way, as well. Bridges with 22, 5, and 6. Josh Hart with 6, 7, and 9. He was diming it up out there yet again. Shaman with 9. He only made the 1 3, but made a couple of other nice defensive plays as well with 5 assists. Jalen Brunson with 8, 4, and 4 with only 2 turnovers. Dylan Jones came off the bench in garbage time. Mo Diawara hit 5 shots tonight and 4 for 8 from 3. Mo Diawara, hold on. Let's look up Mo Diawara real quick. What is his 3-point percentage right now? By the way, the next time we see each other, which for a Knicks game, which will be February 19th when they play Detroit, I'm going to have a Mo Diawara graphic. He's a part of the rotation. I don't want to see him not a part of the rotation anymore. He's up to 40% from 3, by the way, as a rookie. Obviously, he doesn't take a lot. But the kid's knocking down the 3-point shot right now, man. 44 games played this season so far for Mo Diawara, and he's a 40% 3-point shooter. Obviously, the volume is low. He's averaging about 1.3 attempts per game from 3-point range. But 40% is impressive for a kid who came in 51st pick in the draft and was like, who is that? Like, I was not happy. Jose graphic, too. We have the Jose graphic, Just Dead. We have the Jose graphic. We have Jose. I'm going to leave it as the Pelicans, so we know where he came from. We know where he came from this season. Welcome home, by the way, Jose. Welcome home. He was our leading scorer tonight. With Mo Diawara ended up with 14 points, by the way. Jose Alvarado with 26 points, 8 for 13 from three-point range. All of his shots coming from three tonight. He was just feeling it. 5 steals for Jose Alvarado. Grand Theft Alvarado was in full effect tonight. My goodness. My goodness. Oda Austin, appreciate you. Angela Harding, appreciate you. That's going to wrap it up. I mean, we have been in celebration mode for a majority of the second half here. We already went over the rest of the league. The plan tomorrow is to do both games. Why not? I'm going to try and do them both games. Right? I'll set them up right now. And we'll just hang out. We'll have fun. We'll watch as much basketball as possible before we sign off for the All-Star break. Whether we decide to do anything for the All-Star weekend, who knows? Maybe I'll do a video. Maybe other things will get done. Either way, tomorrow is the last of NBA basketball games. Maybe we'll do the All-Star game. Who knows? But that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. It's going to wrap up the first 2/3 of the season for the New York Knicks as we now go into the All-Star break. Thank you guys, of course, as always, for hanging out with me. Shout out to all of the channel members, whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become one yourself to help support the community. I appreciate you. Thank you to all of the super chatters. My guy Rich Smith earlier in the chat tonight. Thank you for that. Shout out to any new subscribers we have. We had a lot of people in the chat tonight. Bruce Fowler with a super chat as well. Thank you for that, big dog. Very, very generous of all of you guys. Thank you. Yak said we can enjoy the break now, feeling great. Absolutely, Yak. This is exactly the kind of medicine the Knicks needed after a disappointing loss against the Pacers. Absolute dominant performance. A perfect, I would even argue, perfect performance from our New York Knicks. AB said, do the All-Star game. Crazy that comment's coming from you, AP, but we might, you know. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow's the last time we'll do an NBA game until we come back from the break, obviously, because there'll be no more games to do. So maybe come Friday, Saturday night, I might be like, I'm missing doing the game. So maybe I'll set it up and we'll do the All-Star game. Maybe we'll do it just to watch it because I do think it'll be a train wreck. But as of right now, I'm planning not on doing it, but I might do it. But that's going to wrap us up, y'all. Thank you guys for the first 2/3 of the season so far. Has been phenomenal. You guys have killed it. Really, I mean, the community has grown so much. We are over 3,000 subscribers now. I think we started at like 1.6, so we're almost doubled to 2/3 of the way through the season. We're almost doubled our size. It's been fantastic. You guys, like I said, you guys have killed it. It's only further up from here because now there's nothing else on TV other than Knicks basketball, right? Other than NBA basketball. AB said we have 2 players there. Chill and hang out. How many? We have 2 players there. I just think it's going to be a train wreck. We tried doing it last year, AP, and it was not fun. It was just not a fun time. You know, it was nice we were able to hang out and talk about how bad the All-Star game was, but it just, you know, the All-Star game was a bust, as always. Joseph, appreciate you, brother. John Duncena, appreciate you, John Cena, as always. Thank you, brother. Love that you're always in the chat, big dog. Okay, Hazy said, yes, do it. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. You guys might convince me, and we might do it. I'm leaning more towards yes now. Now I'm leaning more towards yes. Mark said boycott All-Star Weekend. Unfortunately, Adam Silver doesn't have a backbone, and he doesn't care about basketball. He told us so himself. So even if we do boycott it, I don't think he'll care. Unfortunately, we don't. According to Adam Silver, we don't have to watch the game, right? We don't have to watch his product. Just that, to imagine have 3K people in a place internet doesn't give crowd to how big a following is. Yeah. Sons Gen said I'd show up. Well, you guys are getting me. You're gonna get me to do it. You're gonna get me to commit right now. I might say it. AB said I'm watching. I mean, I'll probably have it on in the second monitor, but I'm just not excited for it. I'm not interested. I don't think it's gonna be a good watch. I'll have it on because there'll be nothing really else to have on, but man, we'll probably do it. I'll probably cave. We'll probably do it. But again, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. We'll be live for 2 games tomorrow. Try to get the doubleheader coverage in before, because it's the last time we'll meet for an NBA game until February 19th when the Knicks will take on the Pistons for hopefully a revenge game. But until then, I appreciate you guys, as always, for hanging out with me. AP, Just As Dead, Tammy, Kay Hazy, John Duncina, everybody who's generous today, Rich Smith, Bruce Fowler, of course, as always. Thank you guys, Mark, Daniel Berry Sports, Nick Yak, Justice's dad, everybody, Joseph. Thank you guys as always, and we will be live again tomorrow to do it all over again because we don't miss games. We'll be there. Thank you guys. Remember to brush teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.